The Quote Goats Podcast. With your hosts, Tommy Guns. The Quote Goats Podcast.
All right. Y'all already know what it is. Quote Goats Podcast. I go by the name of Tommy Guns, and I got a gang in the building today. My boy, don't worry, man. Get your drink. This a podcast. You can do your thing. He like tiptoeing around the bottles and shit. Like the camera can't see him and shit. Yeah, but we got the gang in the building today, man. I'm not gonna introduce nobody. I wanna give everybody a chance to introduce themselves and say their name and something about themselves. Whoever wants to start.
Ladies first.
I'm Jocelyn. I've been on the podcast before, so I'm really excited to be back.
We're excited to have you back.
I'm loving this. I already like you guys, even though we met like 5 minutes ago. So, yeah, I'm really excited for this.
Pretty cool. My name is John Dagrin. You can call me the dog. I'm just kidding. I'm here with my coach. So I've been boxing for a year, up and coming amateur boxer. You'll see me soon. But yeah, it's my first time on this podcast. So I'm excited.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, so I'm Nick Lavigne. I'm a professional boxer, and I used to be a rapper. And we are here with Tommy, ready to get into some stuff.
Nick Lavigne. What was your tell him what your rapper name was?
Cameraman the Rapper, man.
Cameraman the Rapper.
Yes, sir.
We did a track back in them days.
We did a couple tracks.
We did the other track too.
No Matter What.
Oh yeah, No Matter What.
That was dope. That
yeah,
song was good. And we had the
wildlife track. Yeah. You know, that's not to toot my own horn, but I think I got you on the wildlife track.
Yeah,
I surprised myself on that shit.
That shit was fire.
But why did you go away from music and start doing what you're doing now?
I feel like it's a lot, bro. It's a lot of work when you're independent. I mean, you don't have a label backing you financially. You got to pay for your videos. You got to pay for your recordings. I mean, unless you're doing everything by yourself, and then you're getting into the time it takes to do all that. You know, so I kind of just got tired of all the work that's involved with it. I never fell out of love with music. I still love hip hop and I still love the music. I still write every once in a while, but it's a lot of work, you know?
Yeah.
And then when having a family, it makes everything a little bit harder. So,
I feel you. When did you like stop, would you say?
Definitely, now it's got to be probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, okay. So even before like Corona hit and everything like that?
Before Corona.
So you just made the decision, like.
Yeah, it just started slowing down. I started teaching my son boxing when he was like 3 years old.
Okay.
And that's what kind of made me fall back into love with boxing. I bought some pads and I was working with him at the house. And then I looked for a gym locally to get him surrounded by more boxing and more kids his age, and maybe to start getting him some little sparring and stuff. And I met this. My friend John Renee is a professional boxer. He suggested a gym in Mines called the Black Wolves, and that's where I started bringing my son, and I started sparring with some guys there, and I was doing pretty good. So the owner of the gym was like, "Hey, how about you take a few pro fights and stuff like that?" So I took a couple, and I'm undefeated so far. So.
But did you have a background in boxing?
Yeah, I boxed when I was younger.
Okay.
I started with karate, and I did real good at karate. I got bored with it. Over here doing karate.
Hey, Ivana, don't forget to switch the cams. It's been on the main cam the whole time. But
yeah, I started with karate because my uncle was a champion in karate, and it got real easy for me. I pretty much won every single tournament I ever did. Okay. So then from there, I got tired of the no contact because it's like, point fighting. I wanted to like start.
You wanted to really get in there.
Yeah. So then my dad brought me to the Portland Boxing Club in Portland, Maine, and that's when my boxing career started. I think it was in about like 1996 or 1997.
Okay.
I know that sound old for some of you.
1996. 1995, you arrived type shit.
Yeah. And from there, I just fell in love with boxing. I did that until I graduated high school. At the same time, though, simultaneously, I was wrestling since kindergarten too.
Oh damn! I didn't know all this.
Yeah.
Since kindergarten, goddamn.
Yeah, bro.
crazy.
Why are you wrestling and when you 5 years old though?
Pee-wee.
You like throwing a
Pee-wee.
little kid on the ground?
Yeah.
How many 5-year-olds do you think you could take, like at the same time?
Like right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably about 53.
53.
That's
Yeah.
It's a
Specific
pretty
number.
specific number.
You
Yeah.
put thought to that before. That was not the first time you asked yourself that.
Yeah, but then at the end of the day, though, boxing is my passion, bro.
Okay.
It's,
So how did you stop fighting to start rapping then?
Well, I always rapped too since high school, middle school.
Okay.
So I was
Okay.
doing that. It was more of a hobby.
Okay.
But we were actually some of the first like unsigned artists from where I'm from that were opening for like famous people in my state.
Okay.
Because Maine is not a really big state on hip hop or on anything really, besides like cutting down
Lobster.
trees and hunting.
I'm from Alabama. I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. So and you got a fight coming up
Yep, November 26th in Rüsselsheim, Germany.
in where?
Rüsselsheim?
Rüsselsheim.
Yeah, it's like 15.
Is that how you say
Where's
that?
that at? I've never
Rüsselsheim.
even heard of it.
Rüsselsheim, it's like 15 minutes from Wiesbaden. It's in Hessen.
It's like south of Wiesbaden.
What it like? How's it spelled? Like
R-U with the 2 dots.
Mm-hmm.
S-S-E-L-S-H-E-I-M.
Rüsselsheim.
Birdman. Bird call. I knew it was some shit like that. That's why I asked you.
That's why she couldn't understand because I was saying it all wrong.
Yeah, but it don't matter. Is this but it's not your first fight though.
Nah,
like
it's like my 8th pro fight.
Okay, how did the pro thing work over here in Germany? Is it like a different
It's
thing?
the same everywhere.
Same everywhere?
Yeah.
It's like a federation or something like.
Nah, everybody is like everybody's a professional who's a pro fighter, but they have different sanctions, right? They have the WBC, they have the IBF, they have the WBO, the WBA, just different sanctions. And over here they have BDB, which is a big one, and a few others. The fight that's being sanctioned on the 26th is by the BDB, so big shout out to them. Big shout out to the venue, the Großsporthalle in Rüsselsheim, and Black Wolves Promotion. Big shout out.
Rüsselsheim, right?
Yeah,
We gotta practice that.
hell yeah.
When is the fight?
The 26th, it should be next Saturday.
Okay.
Next Saturday, I think the doors open. The event starts at like 4. Doors open at 3.
Is a lot of fighters on the card?
Yeah, I
Or-
think they got about 6 to 8 amateur matches on the undercard, and then I think there's like 10 pro bouts.
Okay.
There's a couple world title fights too on the card.
Really?
Damn.
So it's gonna be a big deal then.
Yeah, I think one of my I know Marco Lesnar. I think he's fighting for a title. He's from Rüsselsheim.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I think
Who you fighting though?
I'm fighting. I forget his name. He's from Afghanistan. He's like 4-4.
Okay. Is he good though?
I'm not sure, bro. We have to see. I seen video. He look all right.
Oh, okay. You scared?
Nah. We've been working too hard to be scared, bro.
Yeah, we work fucking every day.
So
we
y'all
out there
tired of
putting
work.
like 6 to 10 miles a day on the
6 to 10 miles.
running, and that's one session, bro. When we doing 3 or 4 a day.
What?
Yeah.
Every day.
Crazy.
Y'all must be eating a lot.
I mean,
We eat nothing.
you seen how I used to look, right?
Yeah, I seen how you used to
I
look.
was like 40 pounds heavier.
So y'all be you
Wow.
training and cutting at the same time.
I don't have to cut because I work too hard.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
terrible.
Yeah.
We eat motivation.
You eat
That's what we doing.
eat motivation. Okay.
We drink discipline.
Okay, I like that. I tried to train boxing like one time like a few years ago just for like a workout and shit. I went like twice and they ain't see me no more, man. Cause like I didn't work out before that for a long time and trying to like I think people don't understand how taxing like boxing is or just
sure,
how
bro.
exhausting holding your hands up for a long extended
Yes.
amount of time
Bro.
is like on like the body and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was getting so tired after like swinging a few times after like 30 minutes, like
Oh yeah.
I was like, I've never been this tired in my life.
30 minutes, bro. Try 3 minutes.
Yeah, I meant like 3
Yeah,
minutes or some
mo-
shit. Like a drill or something.
yeah,
Like,
bro.
Yeah.
I was training for my first pro fight. I went back and trained with my old trainer, Bobby Russo.
okay.
Shout out to Bobby Russo. He's the president now of the Golden Gloves Association in the whole United States.
Oh, okay.
So I went back and trained to him because I want to make sure I would be straight for my first, pro fight because I know he's a veteran in the game and he's very good. He's a very good coach. So I wanted to make sure I was straight.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back there and trained for that fight, and it was a good camp, and I came out victorious. So it was worth it.
Dope.
But why are you in Germany though?
I came out here with the military, and then I got out in 2010, and then I had my son. So when I had my son, I decided to make the move permanent because I'm not with his mom anymore. So I can't take him with me to the States. So I'd rather stay here with him and have to do my boxing stuff here.
That makes sense.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Respect.
I didn't know you was single and mingling out here though.
No, I ain't single. I'm married.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Definitely married. Shout out to my wife.
Gotta make that clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But you like Germany though?
Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. It's a lot more peaceful. We were just talking about that before the podcast started.
Yeah.
It's a lot more peaceful. I think it's a better place to raise kids. You probably agree
Definitely.
with me.
Yeah, that's why I'm out here raising mine.
I feel like it's honestly easier to have a setup like you have like here in your house because a beautiful house.
Thanks.
You already got like the tattoo studio right across from the podcast. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It took me a long time to get to the point where I could live comfortably like this out here because for a foreigner coming to Germany and establishing themselves.
Are you a citizen yet, or you trying to be?
I don't fucking know. My wife does all my paperwork. I have like a title, like an Aufenthaltstitel that I have to.
Wait, what is it called?
Don't make me say that shit again. Aufenthaltstitel or some shit.
Titel, right?
Some shit. Like,
Titel.
yeah. Whatever
Well,
she
it was
said.
pretty good. It was
Yeah. But I have to renew it like every 3 years or whatever.
You
And, like,
gonna learn German?
I don't really care to learn German
I feel that.
because
If you want a permanent residency, I think you would have to learn at least B1 or something like that.
I did all
B2.
them classes and stuff and passed all them
Oh,
tests.
okay.
Yeah.
And you
and
good
stuff.
then?
Yeah, I'm good, but I don't have to speak German because I don't like work for
Yeah.
nobody and stuff like
That's like
that.
the same thing as me. I run
You work for yourself?
Yeah, I work for myself.
Damn.
Yeah, because we have the boxing gym in Wiesbaden, but it's like an American course, so I get to speak English, which
Okay.
is beautiful.
Yeah.
Because people are kind of attracted to the American style of boxing just because of how big it is, and it's just kind of a whole vibe, with the
Yeah.
American.
Brook City Boxing.
Yeah.
But in general, like people just like German people, like they love Americans. Like when you say you're American, it's like, oh,
True
that's so
that.
cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
sometimes I
noticed
feel
that.
like it's just black Americans though,
It
because
is-
when
it
they look
is.
at me, they never know where I'm from. I'm like, I'm American. They're like, no, you're not. You're Turkish.
Oh,
I'm like,
they
no,
put.
I'm not.
I mean, you Nick, you look like you could be about just
Anything,
anything.
right?
Yeah,
kinda-
anything.
Yeah.
They were trying to speak like Turkish to me when I went on vacation to Turkey. They were trying to speak Arabic to me, like. Nah.
I can see it. I
Yeah.
can see it though. I wouldn't have said it, but now that you said it, I can see how people could mistake you. But you just look like a mixed dude to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
look
saying?
pretty mixed.
But I
Which-
feel that because like if I go to Italy, they speak Italian. If I go to Spain, they speak Spanish to me. Like nobody knows.
Yeah.
who
Yeah, I
the
can't
fuck
really
I
tell
am.
what you are
Yeah.
either.
Tommy, it was
a
actually
mystery.
funny, bro.
For a second, I didn't even know you were German, to be real, because your English is perfect. I was like, what?
Thank you.
Yeah.
On the way over here, bro, I was showing him one of my first music videos that I shot in Germany. I was young. I was like 21. I had no beard. I was looking fresh, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, you look white.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am white. What are you talking about?
That shit was just confusing.
He's
'cause,
like, no, now
really-
you look mixed. I'm like, okay.
You look like a Caucasian white male. Like right now, you look like Euro anything. I'm not
Euro
sure.
anything.
But your wife she's black?
Yeah, she's black, but she's from Colombia.
Okay, so she Colombian,
Yeah.
black or whatever. Do you ever get any like I don't know, like backlash from people about like your interracial relationship or something like that?
Never.
I feel like that shit don't exist anymore.
It definitely
does say that.
exists.
Yeah.
Okay, so like as I was, but I'm speaking more so like
He's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that.
Nah, speak your mind though. I'm just saying.
I think more so from like the majority standpoint, like I don't really, I think majority of the world is kind of over most cases of racism.
You can't say
I would say that too, but it's still instances where
Oh,
like
of course,
like
of
real like lynching, hanging type of racism is
yeah.
over in
like more
most
subtle,
developed parts of the world. I mean, it's still
Yeah.
like slavery in like Africa and shit like that.
Oh yeah,
But like real how slavery, like used to be, that's pretty much over, and racism is pretty much over, but it's still like instances of like, because like people have wrote me and wrote my wife like calling her like a nigger lover and shit like
What?
that. You know what I'm saying?
Are they German or Americans?
German?
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
They come from the village of Gottsheim.
Somewhere with
yeah.
one of them rolling R's in there.
God damn.
But they say like East Germans are really
You know what-
racist,
yeah.
right?
You know what I did notice though? At one point in time when I first got to Germany, I was seeing a Turkish girl, and anytime we went somewhere, I would get the worst backlash I ever received in my life because of the interracial or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I felt like the Turkish guys don't play that when
No.
it comes to dating.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
like you taking their woman,
Yeah.
man.
They're really traditional.
Their
when it comes
parents
to
too.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
really want to have their daughter bring
It's
like
hard
a
on.
black
It's
dude or
hard
somebody who's not like
Yeah.
of them.
I've heard stories, bro. Like the brothers going after, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Date
don't even
somebody's
see it too
sister.
often. You don't even see too many like mixed black and Turkish babies or nothing like that ever either.
They got to be very modern type of families to, let that slide. Really.
Yeah, I mean, different folks got different ideas of culture and keeping they like bloodline pure and shit like that. And
I don't
feel like
really see
people are
nothing wrong.
quiet
I don't
about
really
it,
see
though.
nothing wrong with that because I feel like
What are you trying to say?
no. I feel like the more the world mixes, the less you lose of certain culture.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody is welcome to date who they want, but I feel like culture is important too. You know what I'm saying?
I think that race actually might not have anything to do with culture at all because like I worked with this guy. His name was Will. Or like Moe's Southwest Grill, and he was a white guy, but he was excuse my I'm not gonna be politically correct when I say this. He was blacker than me.
Okay.
He would get mad sometimes and he would say the N-word and he was very ghetto and it came out very natural. But he'd be mad. I'm on the line working and shit. He's yelling like, "Yo, nigga, what the fuck you doing, brother?" I'm like, "Whoa, bro."
He wasn't black?
He wasn't black. No. But thing is, he was blacker. but he was blacker than me though. Like he was like.
Oh, so when you
like
say that,
very-
you're just talking about like.
Huh?
You're not talking about the skin color.
Like I'm talking in the sense of like urbanism. Like
Okay.
he was very ghetto.
Yeah.
I could tell like his parents might have shot people like, for their day jobs type shit. So
Yeah.
like when he says that, I'm like, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna
crazy.
do nothing. Like I could tell like his homeboys and shit. So
So he like grew up
yeah,
in an environment that made him the way that
but he was
is.
a white guy. He had a receding hairline. He
That
like,
makes him white.
no. But
the
like,
classic like receding white guy hairline and stuff.
He wore J's. He wore
My granddad
all of
had
his
one of
jeans
those.
was ripped. If his pants weren't like a foot down from his ass, then he wasn't wearing them right.
So like the ghetto shit was like a part of like his culture and upbringing. It was
his
ingrained
identity.
in him.
Yes.
So you didn't take offense to him calling you a nigga.
Hell no. And I'm not gonna. Nah, I didn't care. I didn't care. I didn't want to stop him.
So
Nah.
he called you nigga and you was like,
Yes.
You just
he been through some things. I'm gonna let him slide with that.
Yeah, it's okay. He can do that. But yeah. So I don't think that race has too much to do with culture. I think it's more so just about where you come from and the people around you and how that shaped you as a person.
But is culture really like?
I'm talking about history though.
Oh,
Historical culture. You know
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah.
But how much does that really like matter in the grand scheme of things? Because people get so offended about like cultural appropriation and stuff like that, and people, like I don't know, like Kim Kardashian will wear some braids or some shit, and then all the black chicks be like, "She didn't invent the braid,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's too much, bro.
Yeah.
But
Who
I
cares?
do have to say, like, I think like Kendall Jenner. She got like a model job, and they like tanned her like the hell out of her, and they put on like an afro and stuff. And black
She had an
women,
afro
like,
on?
yeah, and black models were like, okay, well, I mean, you could have just, had a black model, do the same job.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to use her?
That's different,
she's
though. That's a
Kylie.
bit
So I
different because
kind
they
of
stuck an afro on her.
yeah,
You know what
but
I mean?
so like I do get that though, because
Yeah.
it's like you kind of took like she didn't take away the job, but like
Yeah.
But
what I'm
at the end of the day, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
That company wanted to book Kendall Jenner,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody at that company had an idea to put an afro on her, and it's their money that they spending on this model.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
But they could have given like a black model the job or a chance.
what black
you know?
model has the reach that Kendall Jenner
True.
has?
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do
I
kind of
mean,
get it though.
I understand why people are
Yeah.
upset, but I'm just saying, like, it's so
I feel
much.
like you could see it from both ways because if you're the one with the money and you're the one making the plan, you want it how you want it.
Yeah.
And then you don't want these other people chiming in like, hey.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you a company, like, you beholden to like your customers and shit. That's the thing. Like, that's why all these companies are so woke and into like the whole virtue signaling thing, because they don't want to be the company that didn't include a black person in their campaign or include a trans person in their campaign to show that they're like in solidarity with whatever movement, so they don't get canceled.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
cancel culture is like,
God, bro.
How do you
it's
feel about
real.
Andrew Tate?
Y'all got me thinking what I'm going to say like times 10 on this thing today, bro.
Nah,
Y'all talk about any of them sensitive subjects.
how do I feel about Andrew Tate?
Yeah, I
I
had
feel
to
like he. But do you know the whole backstory of like
Yes.
Andrew Tate
I'm
and
tracking
everything?
I'm tracking everything.
And how he came to
Top G,
prominence?
Top G.
Top G.
So I'm gonna top G. Watch me. What color's your fjord?
I don't know nothing about this guy. I hear his name, but I don't know nothing
I
about
think
him.
he's really smart because all of a sudden, like, he started showing up everywhere online in every feed, especially on TikTok. You scroll, every second video was like him with some quote.
It's his school, Hustle's University. He literally,
Yeah.
he paid people to spread his word everywhere. He sounds like
No, he didn't
Jesus
pay people.
almost.
He didn't pay people. Because he had like a school for like young men or whatever
yeah.
to like help them become like the ideal man or whatever, like the
Yeah.
red pill type of thing.
Yeah.
And they would pay him for memberships to be a part of
$50
this.
a month,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a part of the membership was, one of the stipulations was they had to like take clips of his content and post
Mm-hmm.
it and make accounts and post it online. So, and that's why all these quote videos
Mm-hmm.
of him came out and was
smart,
everywhere. You know, he was
Very-
like the most famous dude online for like a month.
Free advertising.
Yes, all free. Like, he was getting paid for his advertisement pretty
Yeah.
much, making like 3-4 million a month from dudes like signing up for his school,
That's crazy.
because so many young men are like looking for like a role model these days, because
Yeah.
masculinity is being demonized
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And like,
Do you think masculinity is being demonized?
of course, I just said that.
Oh,
He's like, do you
I'm
really
just checking.
believe that?
I'm verifying.
Do you believe it?
Hell yeah, no, for sure.
I see it too, man. I definitely see it. They'll say it's like toxic
Masculinity.
That's the word they like to use to try to demonize it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what.
Do you feel like masculinity is?
Yeah, I do.
Damn, that was
I just don't get it though. Like, it's not my, like, it's not, I feel like everything, but it depends on what topic. Like, everything is so, like, blown out of proportion. Like, you
I
can't
agree.
just be, like, a human being without, somebody telling you it's wrong or you're being toxic. Like, the word toxic in itself became, like, such a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, everything's
Yeah.
toxic. Like, a person can't be toxic. You can do toxic things,
Right.
but, like, you can't be a toxic
yeah.
human being, right?
The state of your being can always change.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but they always, because of the internet and shit, they take the worst thing you've ever done and they try to make that your identity
Yeah.
and use it as an excuse to get you the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, lose your job. You know, they started to take people's bank accounts away and PayPal's away based on what they
Yeah.
said. You know,
Have you guys already got into that new David Chappelle thing he said on Saturday Night Live?
Oh,
yeah, I
shit,
watched
yeah.
it.
You guys
Yeah.
talked about it yet, though?
I ain't talked about it yet, but did you see it?
Yeah, they talking about wanting to cancel him now too.
Goddamn. Oh yeah,
Because of
because
the anti-Semitic
And he didn't say
about?
nothing anti-Semitic.
You know, Kanye West didn't even say anything anti-Semitic. He just said, I can make anti-Semitic comments and Adidas won't cancel me.
Well, what Kanye did, he didn't actually say anything like anti-Semitic, but he like egged it on. Like,
yeah.
Instigated
He
it.
said,
he instigated it.
Yeah.
And some people think he did it intentionally, but I don't know. I think he was having, I personally think he was having like a manic episode with his like mental.
Do you think he's a little bit mentally unstable?
Of course. Of course, I think he's mentally unstable. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I can't relate to his life and lifestyle because he is like really rich and he's been involved with all these people that are really high up in the industry for a long time. So it's probably some crazy shit going on behind the scenes that he's trying to expose.
Yeah.
But like, why blow everything you work for up to? Like, I don't understand why he's taking.
He has a power. He has a power to do that. It doesn't matter how he looks to other people because he has more money than them. He has more value than them.
Not necessarily. He ain't a billionaire no more.
And not anymore, but he's still richer than everybody here, probably in this whole state.
I think what a lot of people were kind of touching on was the fact that he made comments like slavery was a choice and nobody canceled him.
Yeah, that shit.
But the minute he just said he could say something anti-Semitic, they canceled him for everything.
Well, here's the thing about that. Because you're right. People was trying to say like why they didn't cancel him when he was saying bad stuff about black people.
Yeah.
But he's black.
Yeah.
You know, you can criticize your own race and not be canceled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even a Jewish person can say something, you know, defamatory towards a Jewish person, you know what I'm saying? Because people would be like, well, he's Jewish, so whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not like people haven't been canceled or lost things because they said the N-word or said something against black people. Like, people lost their jobs.
For sure.
NBA, like, NBA owners have, like, been canceled and had to sell their teams because of saying stuff about black people and stuff. So it's not that. But it's like the whole thing with Kanye is, and what I don't understand, and I'm afraid of the Jewish community, so I don't want to say nothing. I want to keep my show.
Yeah.
Big shout out to the Jewish
community. Big shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
And we in Germany, so you can't say nothing against Jews anyway. But I would never. But anyway, the main thing I don't understand about the whole thing is, because with him and Kyrie Irving and now Dave Chappelle, the only thing they said that they considered, well, with the exception of Kanye West, because he said the whole DEFCON 3 thing.
Wait, what did he say? I'm not tracking that.
The whole thing where he got canceled, like, he made a tweet, and in the tweet, it said something along the lines of, he was like, I'm sleepy, thinking about going to bed, but before I go to bed, in the morning, I'm going DEFCON 3 on all the Jews. Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
That is definitely something.
But if you look, it sounds bad, but if you look up the definition of, and he spelled it like DEFCON 3, like not DEFCON, you know, and DEFCON 3 means like, it's talking about war, but it's talking about taking a defensive position in war. Like he's about to defend himself against the Jews is what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
But you know the way Kanye speaks, like it's really hard to decipher.
Aggressive.
Yeah, it sounded really aggressive. So all the Jews was like, oh, and then he woke up in the morning and all his fucking Twitters and Instagrams was gone.
Yeah.
But like other than that, the only thing they was saying and what people was mad about is, cause like if you say something racist against any other group of people, right, it has to be something derogatory. It has to be something bad that you're saying about them, right?
Yeah. Right.
But with these people, all they saying is y'all run everything. Yeah. And y'all got all the money and y'all control everything.
And you see how they get canceled.
I wish people would say that about me.
Yeah. Like that's not a bad thing. I wouldn't be offended if somebody was like, Tommy, you the shit. You tell everybody what to do. You run everything. Like
you have the best podcast.
Yeah. I'd be like, right. I wouldn't like try to ruin their life and take everything from them and shit. Yeah. And it makes me feel like maybe it's something like
maybe there is
behind that they don't want people to like uncover or something.
There's a video I saw on YouTube, the shit where you could slide up and down and it's just like a quick little short YouTube shorts. I saw a video where Kanye West was talking to the paparazzi and shit, and he showed on his phone a list of all the high power people within the media companies, and it was like color coded and shit, and all the red in what he was showing were Jewish based media personalities at that high level.
Okay.
And the whole fucking phone was red.
Bro,
I think I saw that too. Yeah.
pretty much Jewish people are the ones that run Hollywood and
Jewish
a
people,
lot of the media.
they started Hollywood.
Is there a problem with that?
I don't think it's a problem with it.
Nah.
I think what offends them about it, it's like kind of Minority Report. Y'all ever seen that movie?
Yes.
Where like
That
they would
sounds
like Tom Cruise was in it, and the whole premise of the movie was like they was locking people up before they committed their crime because they could read everybody's mind and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no. But then again, they were on the urge of like, I'm about to kill you. Let's just say I got my knife in my hand and I'm like this, and bow, they're here. Oh shit, I was already finna kill you.
Yeah, they could just think about it. No, it wasn't always like right at the edge of it and shit.
Yeah, nah, they
You're just making up shit right now.
Yeah. They would just have the notion of like committing a murder or something, and then they would show up and like put them in jail and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Is that fair?
And that concept doesn't translate to real life, I think, because the thing about that they find offensive about saying that they run everything is they say it's the same term. This is the same reasoning that Hitler had in like sparking the ideas that led to the Holocaust and stuff. And they like, if you allow anybody to speak on the Jews' name, they're afraid that it could lead to another Holocaust if people keep diving into whatever like hate speech that might be geared towards Jews and stuff like that.
Gosh.
But that could be like with any like race.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it ain't like every other race hasn't went through some
Exactly.
huge tragedy and huge like black people. We was enslaved for like 400 years and shit like that, you know. And all over the world, in every country, somebody has had a tyrant that did something to a big group of people. Yeah. But I think because just like slavery, I talked about this on a few episodes ago. Like just like slavery, white people are still demonized because of it, even though no white person alive today has anything to do with slavery. Right. But because it's one of the big tragedies, like world tragedies or like really bad things that happened in the world in like recent history and recent memory, we can latch on to it and be like, okay, racism is bad, all white people are bad, blah, blah, blah. And the Holocaust is recent history too. So Jews can still like reference it and be like, look at this shit that just happened not too long ago.
You motherfuckers.
Yeah, you motherfuckers don't say shit about us because this is what we went through and we don't want to hear shit or we'll shut everything down.
Yeah.
But that's like when I moved to the States and people realized I was German.
How was it being German in the States?
It was kind of like cringe at first because it's like, I had a really bad accent at first, like really bad. So they were like, "Oh, you're German," and like the first thing they said, "Oh, you guys love Hitler, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Oh,
we have an altar. Like I put on a candle every night because we love him so damn much. Like what the fuck?
Oh, okay, you was being sarcastic.
I was being super sarcastic.
Yeah, let's mention
just
that.
to clarify.
Yeah, just to clarify. I was joking, but like that's like what German people are known for, being like racist.
And it's crazy she says that because I have some friends that I always have to try to get them to come to Germany. They're black, and they're like, hell no, we're not coming to Germany. What? Like, because they think it's like some racist shit.
That's the only thing Americans really know about Germany.
And I'm like, bro, you would love it here.
Autobahn.
Yeah.
Nazis, Hitler, and fast cars. That's like the
soccer.
And the red light district.
And the red light district,
Can't forget that.
Which is trash. If you come into Germany for the red light district, don't even come. 'Cause that shit is trash. Don't come to Germany for some used ass box. When I came to Germany, I didn't really consider the whole like Hitler thing and stuff like that. The only rumors I heard about Germany before I got here is about like German women like loving black men and stuff.
I also heard that. They said that shit.
Rumor.
You didn't get that rumor?
That was in the brief. That was in the brief before I came with the army to Germany.
It was in the brief?
Yeah, no.
You bullshit.
Not really, but I swear, every
It's in
sergeant.
the brief from the homies, though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. 'Cause
But
I
it
was
is
in the,
true though, kinda. Like it
It
really
is.
It
is.
ain't no
Very true,
kinda.
so true.
It's
I mean, in
dead true.
certain circumstances,
When
in
I
certain
speak
clubs
German,
and
when I
stuff.
Yeah,
German.
certain clubs.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What'd you say when you speak German?
So when I speak German, all the German girls, they just like, was?
They be giggling and shit.
Yeah.
It's so Zeus.
Du kannst Deutsch reden?
Yeah, that's how they be. I don't like that shit. Don't treat me like a baby. That's why I don't. That's why I don't speak
They
German.
used to laugh at my shit. I used to be like, shut up.
Oh, that's cute.
Like I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, you don't feel like like they trying to like
Yeah.
baby you a
It
little
is
bit.
cute.
Like
though.
correct me. I don't want to be wrong. Yeah. Type shit.
But like people don't realize like I guess you can say like in Germany it's we're way more open to like all kinds of cultures.
yeah.
Like when you walk down the
It's very
street,
liberal.
yeah,
It's very
like,
diverse.
it's so diverse.
It's very, especially in the cities. In the villages, it's not.
No, it's
not
Yeah.
at all.
no.
And the
And that's
birds.
where you do feel like racism still exists.
Yeah.
And it's not like they say something, but you can tell like
can-
how they look at you, like how they look at my parents. Like my dad's black, my mom's white, so it's like
Your dad's
We
black.
can-
How black is your dad?
like his color.
What?
Really?
Yeah, I'm a whitey, I know, but only in winter time. Okay. In summertime, I'm dark.
Is that so? Then your hair is naturally a little bit more curly than that.
No, that's my hair.
What? You pull
Yeah.
that off?
Well, that's
from
like
your
my
mom.
wife, bro. My wife is black and have long straight hair.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, but that's because she's native to Colombia though.
Yeah, well, her dad might be native to wherever he's from.
Right?
No, he's black.
Speaking of interracial
You got the four
marriages and dating, I think I got a clip about that because like it's not just Germans or like white people who don't like interracial dating. Black women don't like it too much.
Black women
when
hate it.
when a black man will date a white girl either.
I love Jonathan Majors. There was something in me that felt, I bet he has a white girlfriend. And when Antoinette revealed to me that he was in Sweden somewhere with a blonde-haired white woman,
So
I
what?
don't
Who gives a
celebrate
fuck?
Yeah,
that.
what's
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna celebrate their children that they have.
You're not gonna.
It
Wow,
doesn't
that's
make me
crazy.
be like, yes, like some people together. You're like, I love them together.
That's how we all got here. A white woman and a black man.
You know,
Help
she's
me through
mixed.
this. I
She's a
don't
product
have
of
a
what she's
logical
talking about.
Answer.
And what I get agitated about is because it's commercially trendy for people to be in interracial relationships.
Bitch, you
it's
is mixed.
become
You
a
is
presentation
interracial.
of diluted blackness. Like, aren't you happy to see like all these mixed families in Cheerios commercials? No, because the storytelling is
You're
not,
talking about
it's not
yourself.
a mixed story. The storytelling is this is what's digestible for white people.
I
Oh
don't
my
mind
God.
seeing black women with white men. It gets even more
Oh,
toxic for
you're
me.
toxic. What?
I don't.
What? Hold on.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's crazy.
I'm like pissed off.
crazy.
Like wow.
As a woman, how do you feel about that? Like,
I don't give a shit. Date who you want to date. Love who you want to love. Like I just don't care. Cause like, sorry. Can you talk first? Cause I'm really pissed off.
Damn, you gotta cry over it. No, I got you. Okay, so my thing when I saw that video, I saw a whole bunch of mixed women talking about mixed couples.
yeah, they were all mixed.
and that shit made no sense. It's like a dog looking at a dog being like, "Bitch, you should be a cat." Like that shit makes no like.
But maybe they wanna, cause I feel like, I mean, I'm not mixed, so I don't know. But I've
Yeah.
heard that like mixed people have like their own like plight in life with like
Plight?
being mixed and like having maybe to choose a side and stuff. And
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
some mixed people identify way more with their black side, and
Yeah.
they're like trying to speak up for like blackness in that video. Do you feel like that? Like,
Well, I feel like I don't belong to anything, kind of. Like, you're not black enough for the black people, but you're not white enough for the white people. So it's like, what the fuck am I? So, like, am I only supposed to, like, hang out with, like, mixed people? Like, what?
Yeah.
And
Mixed night at the club.
yeah,
Like, can you say the N word?
shout out to my mixed friends out there. But it's, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it shouldn't matter. And her saying, oh, I'm not going to celebrate their children. Like, what the
that's
fuck?
wild.
Super.
That
Like,
is-
that
that
is
is-
so fucked up.
It's kind of arrogant, to be honest, for her to say
They're gonna
that.
look at the baby like on 300 if he's not strong enough.
And throw him off.
Throw 'em off a cliff.
He ain't black enough.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's definitely crazy, man. I really don't see. I mean, I guess a part of their argument is that I don't agree with is like because other races do it, you know, like Asians, you know, they got a whole thing about keeping they
Yeah, they stick with you.
bloodline pure.
I'm hot as fuck, bro.
You can take a jacket off.
I want to
You
take all
just want
this
to
shit
take
off.
your shirt
I
off.
swear to God, I want to take all this shit off. Hold on.
We actually can take a break and then come back and keep talking.
Yeah,
I
that's
kind of
cool.
want to smoke one real
that's cool.
quick myself. But I wanted to get back to the boxing thing one time.
Okay.
You been knocked out before?
No.
But you knock people out?
Yeah.
What does it feel like to like in the ring, like in a fight? What it feel like to like know like you knock somebody the fuck out, like in the moment?
It feels great, man.
It feels great.
It feels great. The crowd go crazy.
Yeah.
That's what people want to see at the end of the day.
Exactly.
That's not really what I go out there looking for, though, because I'm more of a boxer. I'm more of a mover. I'm more of a flashy fighter, but I do have a lot of power for my size.
Okay.
And I stopped everybody but one person so far. So we'll see how it goes on the 26th.
Okay. But that's what I'm like, because I've thought about like, because I'm pretty, you know, athletic and shit. You know, I've thought about like, you know, trying out, you know, boxing a little bit, or maybe like, you know, getting in one of these TikTok boxing fights or some shit like that.
Well, you already know who's the trainer, dog, if you're trying
Oh
to do that.
yeah, I already got the trainer if I do get into one of them situations. But it's like the only thing I'm afraid of is getting like knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And like humiliated.
Yeah.
And you know, possibly get some brain damage behind trying to.
Yeah. Got CTE.
The good thing
trying
is,
to walk
though,
around.
the good thing about it, though, is you'll get to test your chin while you're training for that fight. It's
How do
not-
you do that?
Well, by sparring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Practice
Sparring.
fighting.
With the
You got
headgear on.
You got like a groin protector. You got your mouth guard.
But how do you test your chin other than getting knocked the fuck
Just
out?
get hit real
just getting
hard.
hit.
Just
right?
getting hit
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Just
Or you
get-
can get knocked out before your actual fight, and then.
But you still getting knocked out though.
Yeah, but
I
there's
don't
no
want to get
judgment.
knocked out in training or
Oh, okay.
I've gotten knocked out. I've gotten knocked the fuck out like properly.
properly.
Yeah, it was during sparring.
One time, right? In
yeah,
dog stop?
yeah, it was only one time.
With the mask on?
It wasn't a
I'm pretty sure I
it was
had
a
headgear on.
headgear, but it was not a face mask.
But he,
Okay,
he
the
wasn't my.
headgear.
I think he was like a lot heavier than me though.
yeah, he was like 3 or 4 weight classes above you.
Yeah, he was a big guy.
And when you sparred him, you hadn't really lost weight yet.
Yeah.
So he was like at his height, because he's short like me. Yeah. And he was like 160 pounds. So you got some big boys in that weight class, bro.
man.
Okay, now that we got all the caveats out of the way, we understand you was at a disadvantage. That's why you got knocked out. But how was it? How was it to be? And like, how long were you out? Like, what was that like?
So for me, it was like I'm boxing, I'm asleep. I'm awake. I'm boxing. Nah, but like
I will say this though, he took it like a champ, bro.
I woke up excited.
He got right back up and he was like, "I love it," and he's trying to fight again.
I was
I'm
so
like, "You
happy.
crazy, bro."
I was very happy to get knocked out because I'd never been knocked out before, and I was. That sounds so crazy.
It's kind of like the same probably thing that you're worried about. Why he was happy, because he got knocked out and
So he knew what it felt like.
Yeah, it didn't affect him to the point where he thought it would.
Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt as bad because it doesn't really hurt.
I was very scared. I was terrified. I was like, okay, if I get knocked out, I'm gonna feel like I'm burning on fire. No, if you get knocked out, you go to sleep and you wake up and like there's no
Like you don't even feel it?
like no, you don't feel nothing. You just wake up. Oh shit, I'm on the floor.
Okay.
Like,
It's like passing out, kind of.
Yeah.
It also depends on how you get knocked out, because if you get hit with something crazy hard and it's like a one punch knockout, then you're gonna experience what he's talking about.
Okay.
But if they're breaking you down to knock you out,
Oh,
like you're
okay.
gonna have to break me down to knock me out, because I'm not getting hit by one hit. You ain't knocking me out.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to come with 20 punches or something, and a knockout like that, you're gonna feel that one because you feel all the shots.
Yeah, all
on
the
way
stairs down to the
Yeah.
ground, like boom, boom,
Yeah.
breaking it down and shit. I can see that, but like, is it like an easy way? Like it's like a point, like on somebody's face where you know if you hit them there,
Chin.
Oh, yeah.
like everybody goes down if you hit them on the
I
chin.
wouldn't say everybody, bro, because I've got hit on the chin. Like my fighter, Jason. Shout out to Jason.
Mm-hmm.
He was a pro basketball player before he decided to try boxing, and he gave up being a pro baller to box with me, and now he's one of my best boxers.
Okay, so getting knocked out is kind of like passing out, because I've passed out before and woken up like,
How'd
what
you
the
pass
fuck
out?
just happened? Being a little bit too high.
Yeah.
Like when I was in college, one time, I was hanging out with a whole bunch of white boys and shit.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Yeah. And one of the, they was always getting extra fucked up and shit. And one of the guys, his dad was like a doctor and shit. His name was Caleb.
Yeah.
That's so white.
And his dad would like let him write prescriptions for
Oh
like
my
God.
anything
damn.
he wanted.
Damn.
So they would really be having like
Caleb's
crazy
a
like
drug addict. Is he?
yeah.
God damn.
And he would get these vials of what's that shit? Oxycodone, like the shit they make lean with and stuff.
Oh, that's
Codeine.
Codeine,
codeine,
not oxy, whatever. But it was some shit, and they would like they would roll blunts and like coat them in this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Bro.
God. So you were getting them sleepy blunts.
Sleepy blunts, and then we was. It was one of them parties, beer pong and all that shit, a whole bunch of white people, and I was the token black guy. So I'm smoking with them and shit. And then we go to Taco Bell.
Damn, it sounds like you had a lit time in college.
Yeah, it was lit. We went to Taco Bell in a group, and I'm like standing in line, and I'm like, I'm fucked up, And I'm thinking I'm about to blink. Like I blink. I blink and I wake up and the back of my head is killing me, and I'm looking up at the ceiling, and just like a movie, everybody's heads start coming into the shot, and they like, yo, G, they call me G.
Yeah.
You okay? I'm like, what you mean I'm okay? Like, what the fuck going on?
Yeah.
And it's like a ring in my ear,
Damn.
and they like, you just passed out. You just fell back. And
it's
I'm
the
like,
same to me.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And it happened another time too. But this time I was in the military,
Yeah.
and they used to have that spice shit,
Yeah.
the synthetic weed that they would sell at the
Synthetic
gas
weed, yeah.
stations and stuff, and soldiers. It had just came out, and soldiers
That
was
was
smoking
in
it.
Germany, right? At one point.
I ain't never. I know people have been smoking it, like soldiers been smoking it out here,
Yeah.
but I ain't never really came across it out here.
Okay.
I
You know what I'm
have.
saying?
Like
You have?
Germans smoke.
Really?
Yeah.
You smoked
like,
it?
Ordered online. Yeah, but by accident.
Okay,
Like,
by accident.
Yeah, no.
Tripping.
I'm serious. Like, I went to hang out with people, and they're like, "Oh, like I bought this weed, blah blah blah," and like, it was synthetic weed, and I remember just like sitting there for like an hour, like not moving. I don't even know if I breathed.
Damn.
Was your
I
heart
didn't have-
was your
Yeah.
heart beating fast as a motherfucker?
Yeah, and like it was all of us just sitting there, like not even talking. We're like all like zoned the fuck out.
Yeah,
It was
that
crazy.
spice shit is nothing to fuck. I
But it
think
was
some
not
people
fun
have
at all.
died off of it and
Off of
stuff.
spice, yeah.
But for a long time, it was like the substitute for weed if you couldn't smoke weed and stuff.
Yeah.
But I smoked it a few. Like my homie that lived in the barracks above me, he used to have this big bowl of just spice. He would just smoke out of that bitch all day, and I would go up to his room and we would smoke and shit. And we was smoking on the 4th of July one time,
yeah.
and we was watching like the fireworks from a balcony.
Uh-huh.
And we smoked that shit, and like I was leaning over the balcony, and I felt myself getting dizzy, and it was like a callback to that Taco Bell. 'Cause I was like, oh shit, I'm getting dizzy, like when I was in Taco Bell. So I like come up, yeah, exactly. So I like leaned, I came up off the railing because I was leaning on the rail, came up, and I was gonna go around the corner and sit down and get myself together. You know, when you get too high, sometimes you have to like have a chill moment by yourself to like ride out that last little wave of it and shit. So I like turn around and I face the brick wall, pass out.
Damn.
My face slaps the brick wall and I like slide down that motherfucker. And I wake up and I got 2 scars under my eye that look like teardrops. So
That's
like
a cool scar.
yeah, for like 6 months, everybody thought I was like this murderer and shit. I would go to parties and niggas would be like, "What's up, dude?" I was like, "Calm down." I didn't do anything. My face hit a brick wall. But yeah, after that, I never smoked spice again though. Yeah,
It's
I
good
gotta-
you learn from your mistakes. You're
the hard way. I got one more spice story though. This is the last one, then we can move on to another topic. But this is pretty crazy too. So I was this way back in the day. You know, I was in a relationship with this girl. And she was in college. She had never smoked weed before. And I told her about spice. I was like, we can smoke spice. It's kind of like weed, but it's not weed. But you can like see what being high is like and stuff. And I hadn't had a bad experience with it yet.
Yeah.
And so she was like, okay, I hit it a few times. And we smoked in the car. And the first time we smoked it, like, it was cool. She was cool. We was like freestyling in the car and shit. And then, you know, and she was like, okay, I want to smoke again. We smoked again. And we was both high, and she got the munchies. And she was like, can we go get some food? I'm real hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, we can go get some food. But I was like, this is the first time being high. So when we get on the highway, it's going to seem like I'm going way faster than I'm going, maybe. But don't freak out. Because I know I done been in the car sometimes, and when I'm high, and it like kind of freaked me out if I focus on like the drive too much. Yeah. And I knew she had never been high. So I'm like, just don't freak out. Just know that everything's okay. And just stay calm. We got on the road. She sunk back in her seat. She was like, whoa, why you driving so fast? And she freaked out for like 2 hours off that spice shit. She had to like take like a whole bunch of cold showers. She was asking me to take her to the hospital. She was like, I'm dying. Take me to the hospital. Why did you give me this shit? I was like, man, I'm going to jail.
Oh shit!
And I made her just go up in her dorm room and like lay down. And I was like, I know it seemed like the end of the world, but just ride it out, and it's not gonna like be nothing bad in the end of it.
You will survive.
Yeah, you will survive. But at a point, you know, it can seem like you won't, because you can let yourself get sunk down into that shit. Even with weed, even with like real strong weed and stuff. And like how she ended up like getting through the high, she like I made her like lay down in the bed and like just close her eyes and shit. And then she popped up. She was like, I gotta go. Like it was a like running track like at her campus and stuff. She was like, I gotta go running. So she put on all her running clothes and we ran around the fucking a racetrack for like an hour or something until she wasn't high no more. Yeah, so people don't mess with that spice stuff, man.
But I had like a bad trip when I ate an edible. It was like this chocolate bar, and like my boyfriend at the time, he bought it at like this, I don't know, wherever he got it from, and I ate too much of it because I got greedy, right? And so
you can't do that
like
with edibles.
Like I ate a little bit and like, oh, I'm not feeling anything,
not enough.
right?
Yeah.
I waited for like 30 minutes. I'm like, give me the goddamn bar, and like I ate almost like all of it, and I saw like colors, I saw animals, like it was fucking crazy, and I was sitting there like
Animals.
crying.
Damn, hold yourself. I'm gonna be like this forever. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, that's what can happen with them edibles. You got to give them a minute to like kick in and see how they're gonna go. You take a bite and then, but if you eat the whole thing, I made some cookies one time and ate 2 of them off the jump. That was a long night.
Oh my god, damn.
That was a long night. But I'd rather like smoke than eat.
Me too.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to ask y'all on the boxing tip is how y'all feel about like influencer boxers like a Jake Paul or
I love it.
or a KSI or
I love
Logan Paul. You love it?
Yes, because they're making boxing more trendy, and because it's been. Am I wrong?
Well, it all depends on how you look at it. Because me coming from the world of boxing, a lot of people that I know think they're like. It's kind of like almost like the whole cultural appropriation thing, right? They're kind of extorting boxing to make money off it, and they're not really doing it. But with Jake Paul, I feel like he's definitely working hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Regardless if he's fighting guys that are not really boxers, whatever the case is. I feel like he's putting the work in, and I respect that aspect of it. Because you got to respect anybody that even tries to step in the ring, right?
Definitely.
Because he's been in there with, I guess Anderson Silva was his last.
Yeah, that was his last fight.
His last one.
That was a doozy right there.
Real good. But they're saying it's fake. They're saying all of Jake Paul's fights were fake.
I could believe it though. I could believe that. I wouldn't say fake because they're really in there punching each other.
Yeah, no,
but what I believe is.
But you think he would take a dive like Anderson Silva would take a dive?
Fuck,
bro.
no.
I think Anderson Silva made more money in that fight than he has in his whole career almost.
I would agree with
Maybe
that.
it was a cash out at the end of it. He is like, what he like 40?
Imagine you've been fighting your whole life, bro. Your whole life. And the UFC doesn't pay their fighters very well, right? That's
true.
That's a big thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
The UFC doesn't pay their fighters really well. And should I still talking, bro?
No, hold on.
Okay.
the thought for just a second.
Yo, can I get a chip? Them shit sound like ASMR from here.
What?
Somebody got some chips in there.
Jaden, can I get like 2 chips?
He's like, oh damn.
You saw his eyes roll. He's like, oh, now this motherfucker's asking for more shit.
God damn. Yeah. I need everything. I need
Just give him a
lot.
handful, dude.
Nah, I don't want a handful. I just want
He's
2.
like, I'll give you half
Nah,
of
he about to
one.
give you 2 chips. He asked for 2. He about to get 2.
Yeah. Nah, 2's really all I want. I just want 2. Yeah.
And you're getting 2 whole chips.
2 whole chips.
Get this ASMR going.
And this is our sponsor, Pringles. Like Kevin Hart be going on cold as balls.
So you don't think Anderson Silva made like a sufficient amount of money, like in the UFC?
Well, I think to a regular person, it's a lot of money. But to somebody who's going in there putting their life on the line every night, every time they fight, I don't think it's that much money because in boxing, they make a whole lot more at that level.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you got your highest paid UFC guy sitting at around a couple million a fight. And you got somebody like Floyd who could make up to $350 million in one fight.
Yeah,
It's a big difference.
It is a
you
big
know?
difference. Why is there such a big discrepancy between MMA and boxing?
I think the owners of the MMA, like Dana White and them, I think they keep most of the money for themselves and pay their fighters like shit. I mean, you got to think of it because UFC is damn near as popular as boxing now.
Yeah, they get just as
People go
big crowds.
Crazy
And
over it, bro. So why isn't the money there? You get what I'm saying? I don't get it.
I don't get it either, man. Because it seemed like I hear, like, I don't know. It was one UFC guy. He was kind of speaking out on like how often he has to fight to like break even.
Yeah.
Because with having to pay like his gym and his trainer and
that shit's
know,
expensive too.
lawyers and all type of stuff.
That's
He's
another thing people don't understand. Like being a professional athlete, if you're not signed to like a promotion company like TMT or Golden Boy Productions or one of these ESPN or wherever, it's like you as a professional fighter, you're your own small business, right? So sometimes if you're looking for a fight, you might have to pay your fighter's fight fee. Right? And then you might get your tickets on your money on the back end on the tickets or whatever the case is. Especially here in Germany, that's how they do it. In America, you might have a promoter who's paying everybody.
Yeah.
But over here, they're a little bit more stingy when it comes to the payouts. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
So you like your own small business, and the more like if you winning and you get in your fights and you're winning, and then people will start coming to you for fights. When they come for you, that's when the money start rolling in. You know what I'm saying? It's like being a rapper, bro. I was explaining to him the other day because I was trying to put him on to a concert. And he's like, oh, there's probably big money involved in that. I said, bro, you don't have a name for yourself yet. When you don't have a name for yourself, you have to make that name. You have to make yourself a commodity. You have to make yourself like, oh, the party can't happen without me there. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll pay you.
True
But
that.
until you have a following and until they need you, it's like you're probably going to be paying for a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
It's an investment in yourself.
How do you make a name as a boxer though? Like,
Just keep winning, bro. You keep winning, your name's gonna go up the rankings. There's a ranking system in pro fighting.
but you say keep winning. Like, I feel like you can maybe be a boxer and win fights off points, and like just don't get hit like a boring
Right.
boxer, and not get as much notoriety as somebody who's maybe more flashy and
That's
knocking
where
somebody
the-
out.
Sorry, I don't mean to.
No, you go.
I feel like that's where the personality comes in, because you can be kind of a shit boxer, I feel like, and still pull a crowd and still pull tickets and still pull people, just depending on how you react. Because you could be because there have been amazing boxers or amazing fighters, but they're boring as fuck.
A lot of people would call him Mayweather boring for a long time because
Yep.
he was winning off points.
But
And,
I feel like it's a double standard though, because you got somebody like Floyd Mayweather, who was like a boxer, sticking and moving. He didn't like to get hit. He was very defensive, right? And then they were giving him shit about it for all these years. But then you got like a heavyweight fighter like Tyson Fury. He's a English guy, or he's
he's a gypsy, right?
Gypsy, yeah.
The Gypsy King.
Gypsy King is what he calls himself, and he's also has that style, but at heavyweight, right? And they don't really give him no shit for it, which is kind of weird, right? Because heavyweights, you're supposed to be big punching knockouts. That's what people watch heavyweight boxing for. So that's just a double standard. And then you got Deontay Wilder as a heavyweight who's knocking everybody the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then they're saying, oh, all he has is a right hand. Like, what do y'all want? Y'all want to see boxing or do y'all want to see punching? Like, you know what I mean?
They want blood.
You want knockouts or you want smooth boxing? Because it's cool to watch smooth boxing here, but not over there.
Yeah.
But then when this guy's knocking people out, it's not okay because he doesn't know how to box. Like, people just...
I think whatever you do, people gonna look for a caveat and something to like downplay and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you coming out knocking everybody out, they still need something to critique, so they gonna critique how you knocking people out and shit like that. But I think Tyson Fury, he be knocking people the fuck out. Like he knocked Deontay Wilder out like
Yeah, he did.
3 times,
Yeah.
and Deontay Wilder, he claims that all the fights were rigged and shit like that, like that.
Claims all whose fights were rigged.
All the 3 fights that they had.
Yeah. He had a lot to say about that.
I don't really see the logic behind it. He said he had something in his glove or
Like
something.
the glove was halfway off, or
How does that help with anything though?
I don't know. I guess they were saying that his fist was in the part where your palm is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, there's less padding there. So then when he was hitting with hooks,
I
they
see.
show like Deontay Wilder with a dent in his head. I'm like, damn.
God,
But then he was blaming his trainer, saying they put something in his water. That's when I looked at him kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
He been hit in the head a little bit too many.
yeah.
Are y'all worried about that? Like as boxers, are you worried about too much
So,
in general.
too much trauma to your body and stuff like that?
I'll just openly say. So my father has Alzheimer's.
Okay.
So I'm very aware of like mental like illnesses and everything, and so I feel like that's kind of the reason why I'm okay with going into boxing because like genetically, I have a higher risk for that anyway. So I might as well just throw my ticket in and just
Oh, so you like fuck it.
anyways.
yeah, fuck it. I just want to see what I can do. So
Because your daddy didn't do boxing or nothing like that, right?
no, he didn't do. I mean, he was a very active person. He swam.
Right. But what I'm saying is like it ended up happening to him without boxing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You might as well do what you love and live your life. And,
Exactly.
and
Like
just be safe
yeah.
about it. You know,
you
wear
never
headgear.
know what can happen in life. So I feel like taking a risk is worth it.
I would be worried. Like same with like football players. Like what the fuck?
I mean, I haven't gotten hit to the point where I'm like, dude.
I think football
You
players.
said you got knocked the fuck out though.
I did, but I woke up and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" So I felt fine. You know?
I think football players get more concussions and stuff than boxers
Yeah.
do, even though boxers are repeatedly getting punched in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just that they're huge guys running full speed.
Yeah. It's more
Repeatedly over and
With the
over and
head,
over
yeah.
again
Yeah.
every day. You're
like,
not
it's
getting
more
hit.
controlled like in boxing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And sparring too,
In
like
sparring, we wear bigger gloves,
yeah.
so it's a little bit more safe.
And then it depends, like if you're an amateur or a pro. Like if you're a pro, you don't fight every month. You fight like maybe 4 to 6 times a year max.
That's a lot too.
That's a lot too.
Yeah. Like if you're an upcoming boxer, you'll box more, trying to make that name for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like on Canelo's level or something, we're lucky if we see 3 fights a year from him.
But you got to get there though.
Yeah.
You got to bump your head a whole bunch of times before you get there, unless you like really can avoid
And
punches
it's not
and
just
shit.
the fighting; it's the sparring. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is mostly the sparring, I would
Yeah.
say.
Because you got to spar a lot to even be ready for the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
90% of what is seen in a match is just due from everything that's done during training.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's crazy the difference like the glove size will make, right? Because when we fight as professionals, my weight class, we're supposed to fight in 8-ounce gloves, which are fucking tiny.
Jesus
Okay.
fuck.
And when we fight in the gym, we're 16s or 14-ounce gloves. And it's crazy because you think of like the measurement of 14 ounces. It doesn't sound like it's very much weight, right?
No.
And then 8 ounces, what's the fucking difference, right? But it's a huge difference on how that fist feel against your face.
Yeah.
Really?
I can tell the difference. I don't know about many people.
But you feel like you can like move your hands faster in the
You
ring
can
when
move
you.
your hands faster. You hit harder.
You feel more
because there's less
precise.
padding,
feel a lot
and
more-
you're more accurate too.
Yeah.
You can pinpoint.
It's
And
like-
not only that, with bigger gloves, you can block more shit because you have more padding
Oh,
on that
okay.
glove. With the other, they're almost the same size as your fucking hand, so you really have to be accurate with the blocks too.
But when you blocking like with your hands the whole time, it's like in anime. Like if somebody get hit with a fucking strong ass beam, they always as long as they put their hands in front of it, they cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
you still feel them.
do your arms be tore the fuck up after a boxing match because you blocking so much?
So it's like I have a really good example. So do you get tired from walking?
yeah.
Okay. Nah, but like you know what I mean? Like as a baby growing up, you know, you learn to walk, and then from there you're walking always. But
Yeah.
Like, are you like?
I get what
fatigued?
you're saying.
Yeah.
Walking isn't the most exhausting
Yeah,
thing because
yeah.
your legs are strong as shit from you walking all the
Exactly.
time.
So as a boxer, the way that we train, we're always jumping like rope, like we're always jumping rope and everything, and we're always training like shadow box with our hands up. And so in doing that, that becomes our base level of activity.
Okay.
So now we can do that for fucking like we've trained so hard in doing that, we can do that for hours without being tired. That doesn't tire
Keeping
us.
your arms up.
That is the same thing as walking.
Okay. You follow Dragon? You watch Dragon Ball Z?
I love Dragon Ball Z. Hell yeah.
So it's kind of like Goku and Gohan. I'm sorry if you don't follow this.
I
It's-
watched it.
Oh yeah.
As a kid.
Okay, it's kind of like Goku and Gohan when they went in this hyperbolic time chamber and they decided to come out as Super Saiyans.
Yeah.
And like live life as Super Saiyans, so they could like power up more in the fight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, I
Hell
nerd.
yeah. Like, yeah.
I nerded out a little bit there, but yeah, I can see that because I can't keep my arms up for shit, man. But I guess if I trained it,
But I felt that when I went back home to train for my first pro fight, like I was telling you about.
yeah.
I could feel it in that training camp. My arms was just tired, bro, from just being up. I
Yeah.
remember asking my coach, I was like, hey, how do I make this go away? He's like, you got to train more, man. Because I was so long without boxing, when I jumped back into it, it was something
Yeah.
like foreign to me. You know,
It's
what I
got to
mean?
be like a routine
Yeah.
thing. That's something that you do
But
all
now
the time.
I can have a high guard up for hours.
That's
I don't feel it.
crazy. I couldn't imagine. Yeah, I guess y'all let like y'all physical like peak then, but like, what the fuck do you eat to stay in?
Okay, so it's a lot.
You
different
like chicken breasts and broccoli and shit.
So me compared to him is completely different. So
I'm a little bit more disciplined than
yeah,
my
yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say he's a lot more disciplined. For me, it's more so about the quantity than like about like what I'm eating.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, like last night I had pizza and a bowl of oatmeal. So I don't really think that's like super healthy or anything. So I can pretty much eat whatever I want, but I have to be very controlled about it. I can't eat, you know, like 10 times a day with big old portions and stuff. If I have whatever the fuck I want, maybe once a day,
Okay.
big ass meal, then I'm chilling. And like a light snack before bed.
But you don't like watch. You don't like try to eat clean or nothing like that.
I try. Okay.
But is that's the ideal thing to do though? Like to like watch what you eat.
I have the wrong mindset. Maybe I need to fix that. But I feel like as of right now, I train enough in order to support my shitty eating habits.
Okay.
They haven't. With that being said, they haven't. He hasn't had any really official fights yet. So
Okay.
He's still learning the whole process as well.
Okay.
I'm trying to get him more disciplined. He took 3 weeks off from leave to assist me in my training camp, and I'm also giving him a training camp as well, his own. And it's been a huge difference in just his overall skill level. His discipline has got a whole lot better.
Yeah, I'm a different animal, but the same beast.
Okay.
That's from the Kanye commercial with Kobe. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Kanye.
yeah. I really do feel like I progressed in a way that I wouldn't have been able to if I was just working.
I got
Just
you.
consistently, because all I've been doing during these 3 weeks is just like sleep, train, eat, sleep, train, and the same shit over and over. The repetitions is what really enforces progression. That, at least from what I can tell. And so
Yeah.
I just want to continue that.
It's funny because he told me that every time he's about to eat something that's not so healthy, he thinks of my voice in his head, like
All the fucking time. All the time.
or if he's about to get into some stupid shit, he's like,
Yeah.
Coach probably be mad at me for this.
I be texting and calling, Coach, is it okay if I have some water right now? I'm not sure if it's a little bit late. But
And
yeah.
like for me, I don't really like controlling and telling people what they got to do and this and that, because that's not really me.
Micromanaging and
Yeah,
stuff.
I just want to guide them and lead them in the right direction so they do know what to do when it comes time. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. You do you work out a lot, or you work in like a? Do you,
look
work in a
like-
gym?
You look
Yeah.
like you work out.
Yeah, I work out
Yeah.
like a lot. I love it. It's like my Favorite thing to do. That sounds so crazy, but like it's something that I do every week, every other day. So like it gives me like a rhythm and like structure, and just it feels good doing something for your body. And then the bonus is you look in the mirror and you're like, oh yeah, like so
He knows all about that. He can't stay out the mirror.
Physical appearance gives you confidence or takes away confidence, I feel like. And that's a really big thing about ego.
Yeah, true that.
It can carry you or it can put you down.
But it's just great, like feeling good about yourself. And it's not like you're thinking about, oh, like I want everybody to like see me and find me attractive. It's just like looking in the mirror and finding myself attractive.
You want to see yourself.
Yeah.
So you solely
important.
doing it for your, like, for how you see yourself, not for how other people see you.
That's what like a lot of people mistake. Like, you know, when girls like wear revealing clothes or like, you know, like a crop top or whatever, it's or tight pants, what I'm wearing right now. It's just like, it's not that I'm like, oh, look at how like my legs look. It's like I like the look. I like when I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, you know?
Yeah, that's what's important.
And that's like, it's always like, oh, like they're trying to get attention or like they're trying to get fucked.
I think that's it's a little cap in what you're saying right now. Yeah.
I can tell like by the face, like the look on his face. He's like, she's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
I was thinking just a slight bit. I mean, but nah, I know what you mean. I feel like a big part of the appreciation within yourself that you get from your physical appearance comes from knowing what society will value that as, whether that is good or bad. You know, so I think like the cap that you were calling out is because you were saying like, oh, because I just look at myself and I just feel good for me.
Why do you make that voice when you say it?
That's how you said it.
No, that's not how you said that though. But
That's his girl voice.
yeah, that's my female voice. But I think you knowing that you look good, and I'm speaking for myself as well. I'm not just calling you out or anybody out, but people knowing their value themselves is just based off of what society values that exactly, and so that's the cap I think you were calling out, because you know that technically she is doing it for the eyes of other people, knowing that she will look good in herself.
I mean, I'm just saying it could be like two things can be true at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be, you know, happy at what you see in the mirror, but you can also be happy at how other people see you, and they knowing that you like, you know, you want to be seen as a person who like takes care of themselves and is fit, and you know.
But still, you don't do that for like other people, because I have days
I think
where
in a certain way you do though.
I do it for other people. I'm gonna say that right now. I do it for other people.
I think it's also possible that different people can do it for different reasons too.
I agree.
I
agree.
Like
True.
With my wife, she's not really into fitness, but she likes to look nice and everything like that. And she's like one of the first people that I met that really do it for herself as well. You know what I'm saying? She's not out there trying to impress people. She's not out there stunting. Like if she sees a Mickey Mouse shirt at the store and she likes it, she's gonna buy it regardless if it's in fashion or and she'll wear clothes whatever she wants to. If she feels good in it, she wears it. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't really need any type of validation in wearing that. So I guess that's kind of what you mean?
Yeah, it's like, why, like if I dress the way that I dress, why does it always have to be looked at as, oh, she's trying to get attention? I like the way it looks, period.
Right. But how often do you see yourself though? How often do you look in the mirror?
That should
very
what she's saying, I
because-
feel like should be valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you, like that's what I don't get. It gets me really mad because it's like people always judge you off of the way you look, and it's like if I look raggedy as fuck, they'll judge me because I look raggedy as fuck. If I look good, it's like, oh, look at her, she's like full of herself. I'm like, what? Like,
she thinks she's
can I
the
just
shit.
be myself without always being judged? Can I wear whatever the fuck I want to wear without being judged? Like, why does it always have to be a thing? Why do I always have to have like an intention behind it? Right?
Because that's the way of the world. You know what I'm
but
saying? You're
it's
gonna be
Society is
judged.
judgmental.
Society
we're in a
is
very
judgmental.
Yeah,
society.
it just shows how fucked up we are. Like, it really is. I do get that when you see someone like for the first time, you always judge them. It's like it automatically happens.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Right? But most people can't look behind it. Like, they will always see you as that. You know, they won't even give you a chance to like show you how you really are past all of this.
Yeah.
And that is sad. Like, that's, I
Well,
just
it
really hate
depends.
that.
It depends on the circumstance. I think I got a clip loaded up about something on this topic because it was these two chicks that was mad about not being able to get in the club, right? And they didn't get in based on their appearance, is what they saying. But I'm gonna let them explain.
I got invited to Highlight Room last night for my friend's birthday. It was a group of like 15 girls. I was definitely the biggest in the group, waiting in line to meet up with the promoter. I ran into Ella. It was like amazing. We're gonna have so much fun up there. So the promoter starts letting in the whole group of girls, and right when it gets to me at the front, the bouncer puts the rope in front, looks me up and down, and says, "Yeah, not tonight." I wanted to make sure he wasn't.
Big boy, like.
So I let him know, and he looked me up and down one more time and said, "Yeah, not tonight." And at that point, it was extremely apparent what was going on and that I was being discriminated against because of the size of my body.
So then I'm confused. I'm like, what's going on? Let me talk to him. So we switch spots. I go to the front. I'm like, hi, sir. It's just us four. Like, what's going on? Like, super calm. And he's like, looked at me up and down. Was like, not tonight. And I was like, what do you mean not tonight? I was like, I was just here for dinner before. Like, wait, what are you talking about? Wouldn't give us an answer. We didn't know why. And to be honest with you,
You know
we're
why.
tired of playing safe and we're tired of just letting this happen and not speaking up about it. This has personally happened to me 3 other times. I know this has happened to her before. And a lot of our
Stop calling it curvy, first off. Stop lying to yourself. Nah, I feel very triggered right now. I feel very
Have you ever been like went to a club and couldn't get in?
I've always been able to go into every single club I've ever gone
You
to.
never been rejected by the security.
Never been rejected.
I've been rejected multiple times
Me too.
for multiple reasons.
Yeah,
But then again, just like we said earlier, we are a very judgmental society. We are like that for a reason.
The club is one of the most judgmental fucking places on the planet.
You cannot expect to not get judged. If I walked in my fucking slippers in a shirt and fucking short shorts, am I gonna get in?
Hell no.
They didn't let me in because I was wearing short shorts. That's not fair. I'm a sue. No, I didn't get in because I didn't look good. I wasn't wearing the
Exactly.
right appearance.
It's your fault you didn't get in.
You didn't get in. Well, not you, but these girls didn't get in because they were big, like too big for a fucking table. Like, I'm sorry, but it's very fucking truthful.
Hold on, let me stop you. Let me stop you there. So
I'm sorry.
They're-
I can't back you on that one. I'm sorry.
So to go more into the story, like they didn't get into the club. They was real offended, and they like made this whole online campaign.
Damn.
They started a hashtag that went viral on Twitter called "Not Tonight," because that's what they got told. And but the bouncer never really told them why they wasn't getting in. They just assumed because they're bigger, obese and stuff.
They could have been wearing pink. He might have not.
Maybe they didn't have the appropriate clothes on, but they took it even a step further than the hashtag. They started like getting people to like other bigger women to like that. This is happening.
No, let me stop. I gotta stop.
They started getting other people to like review bomb this place on like Yelp and like send like bad reviews just to like put their star rating down and like get the business to close and get people to stop going there. But it's like, come on, man. Like, why does everything have to be like a movement? Like that bouncer don't give a fuck about the body positivity movement.
he don't.
It's his job to like. Oh, that's your phone?
What the fuck is an alarm for 2:57 in the afternoon?
Time to go another 10-mile run or something.
That's our alarm for 100 push-ups. Let's go.
Yeah, but it's a bouncer's job at certain clubs. If it's a exclusive spot and a lot of people trying to get in, it's his job to discriminate. Based on like whatever the criteria that the club give him. Like, you want to let like beautiful women in. A lot of times for free or for half price, so the men will want to stay in there when they get in there and spend all the money and buy them all the drinks and shit like that.
Yeah.
And maybe the bouncer felt like these two women, they wasn't fitting that description. You know what I'm saying? And that was his.
What is now the description? I'm so sick. I'm kind of triggered right now. I don't know why.
Okay, go ahead.
But what is considered good now? Like what is well, what do we consider as a good-looking person now? Because now the fucking description's everywhere. Because now
Well, they're trying to put it all over the place.
They're trying to put it everywhere because nothing could be considered good. Nothing could be just considered bad.
They're trying to do away with the concept of like unattractiveness or ugliness or like fat. Like they're trying to.
Impossible, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
If you
like,
show me a girl with like 15 eyes on her face, I'm gonna tell you she's ugly. I'm sorry.
But society, like the media will tell you she's beautiful because everybody's beautiful in their own way.
If you show that if you show that,
That
shit
was
to
so
a
cute.
if you show a baby, a person that is considerably like very very scarily unattractive, the baby will cry. That is that is a natural reaction.
Yeah, it's natural because people the thing is they try to act like
They're lying.
They try to act like beauty is this like social construct that somebody came up with and pushed on everybody. But I think it's just like, like in nature, we know what's beautiful and what's ugly. You know what I'm saying?
We know.
I think
it's
if
a
that's the
real
case,
thing.
Maybe I sound
everybody will
ignorant.
have, like,
I don't
this-
mean to sound ignorant though.
Everybody will have like the same view on what beautiful is, but there could be a girl that you think is absolutely beautiful. I might look at her and not think the same thing, right? So
That's
yeah, it's
true, too.
subjective.
definitely
It is
subjective.
yeah.
But I feel like it is also like a trend because like when you look at like the body shape, like it used to be like Paris Hilton times, like it used to
Yeah.
be like
Yeah,
super
that's true, too.
trendy and like hot in the media
To be skinny like
skinny
that.
as fuck,
Yeah.
and like now it's like have a big butt, have big boobs, but just like just
Super
like
tiny waist,
really
yeah.
like womanly, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but and like so it has changed, and then it becomes a trend. So not everybody's getting a BBL and getting their tits done, and like so it's like.
Yeah, it changes with the times.
Yeah.
Depending on what's popular and stuff. It is a cultural element to it.
So now it's like less attractive to see like a super skinny woman.
Yeah,
like
you
for
gotta
most
have an
people.
ass.
I'm more of an ass guy than
Just
anything.
like an ass. Like it doesn't even matter. Just have an ass.
Just one
Yeah.
cheek. Just one cheek.
Yeah.
At least
I
one
gotta
cheek.
say something.
Something.
Though. I feel like I came off kind of ignorant. I just have to say this.
Back to the cancel culture.
If you are a person, right, and you're worried about your appearance and you're worried about how you present yourself to other people, take care of yourself. Drink water. Go to the gym. Get your hour of physical fitness a day. Be mindful of yourself and the people around you, and I'm sure you will be fine.
Because it is crazy to complain about it and not do nothing about it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's the thing. Like, I know you was trying to clean up what you said earlier, but it's people that'll even find what you just said offensive.
Like, take
Because
care
it's-
of myself.
Yeah, because it's a community of like bigger people who feel like it's totally fine to be fat and be overweight and it's healthy. Because that's what the media is pushing. You got fat models now,
Yeah.
plus size models with rolls and all, like
Yeah,
on the runway and
they,
shit.
They made rolls on a plastic doll in a mall. I was surprised.
Yeah,
I
even
was
like
"God damn."
Adidas, even like sports brands are like booking. Like my wife, she's a sports model, and at some of her bookings, like it's always an obese girl there in a sport outfit that they made specially for her.
Some big
But that
girls
makes
look
no
beautiful.
sense.
I'm be real. I like some big girls.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not
it's-
saying big
that's what I
girls
was
can't
gonna
be
say.
beautiful. I'm more talking about the health side of it and shit.
Yes.
And in that situation, like,
And not just women.
yeah, some people. No, it is just women. Cause don't nobody give a shit about a fat man. ain't no body positivity movement for fat men.
That's very true.
If you're a fat man, you're a piece of shit.
Ain't nobody care.
Everybody agrees to that. But if
I
you're a
ain't
fat
never seen
woman,
no fat man model.
exactly.
I ain't never
There
seen no
are,
fat
though.
man model. No, who?
I actually
Where?
just watched a German video. It was like a discussion round, and the topic was body positivity.
Okay.
And there's a fat man,
He's like, I like
and he was a
myself.
model.
Hump.
He was an obese model. He was a fat man. So they do exist.
Maybe he
And
exists,
he was
but
pissed the fuck off too.
why he was pissed? Because of the
Yeah, because
movement?
yeah.
They got
Because
some
it's
big
like-
guys like modeling for Fashion Nova I've seen.
Well, there's like a buff guy, like a trained dude, and he was like saying fat people. Basically, he was saying fat people aren't healthy, and so you shouldn't, be
Pushing
pushing
that.
them because it's like, if you're being fat, okay, you can be happy
Exactly.
in your body, but you don't have to tell other people that being fat is fine, because it does come with unhealthiness and, diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever.
Yeah.
But I do feel like fat girls, obese women, they should be they should be able to go to the club and have fun. Because
I completely agree.
You
I
don't
100%
know
sure.
if they're sick, where they, it's not even their fault that they
Yeah.
got heavy. So like, why should they be kept away from
Right.
going to the club and have
Maybe
fun?
I'm not
this
saying
club.
I'm
Maybe
not
not this
saying
club.
fat women should be banned from all the clubs and shit. But I'm just saying, if you go to a club and the bouncer so happens to not find you attractive enough to let you in, and you're fat, then that doesn't make like your plight bigger than anybody else's. Like, suck that shit up.
That happens
Like, go
a
to
man
another
every single
motherfucking
day.
club. Yeah, it happens to men all the time, and we get
Yes.
discriminated against inside the club by women.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Then again, some men in the club are honestly really
Disgusting.
fucking creeps.
Bro,
Yeah.
I literally had a homie try to get into a club, like a nice German club, wearing a shirt that said "bitches follow" on the back, right?
Yeah.
And it had like the silhouette of like a girl on a pole or something.
oh, he didn't
And
get into
They didn't
that.
let us all in because of that one shirt.
God
Yeah.
damn.
And then he's complaining and said they didn't let me in because I'm black. I'm
Of
like,
course.
nah, motherfucker,
Nah,
they ain't
bro.
let you in because you got a shirt that say "bitches follow," trying to go into a nice
I'm
establishment.
trying to go into a
Yeah.
nice establishment.
Like,
They like, this nigga gonna start a fight in this bitch.
either that or you're gonna get all the bitches.
Yeah, or that.
But you know what really pisses me off though? It's like, because I used to be like ridiculously skinny, like to the point where I looked in the mirror, I'm like, what the fuck? Like I looked like I was anorexic. I wasn't. I just had like a really fast metabolism going on. I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't eat that much, so like
Yeah.
whatever. And I would, be discriminated. And like obese women always act like it's just them, feeling like they're being discriminated. No, like if you're being seen, I was always called like ridiculous stuff because I was like super tiny. Or like people would tell me, oh, you don't eat anything. And I'm like, you don't know my life, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
also-
just had a box of pizza. Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, it isn't just obese women. Like, people are just being judged in general, and
Yeah,
I'm not
true.
going to
Is that
make a
okay?
campaign because of that.
Is it okay to judge people?
In your head, yeah.
I mean,
Like, just,
it's gonna happen regardless. So I guess.
I'm actually glad she brought that up because I also experienced a little bit of that.
So
too.
do I.
Being recently,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because like I said, I used to walk around at like 175, 180, and I had a
Same.
a decently muscular build and everything like that. And then I started boxing, and the weight just started coming off and coming off and coming off because it's a lot of cardio. It's like a lot of cardio every day, and I never did cardio. I was just lifting weights and taking protein and stuff like that. And now like I run into people that haven't seen me in a long time, and they like the automatic first thought in their mind is like he's either on drugs or he's
Like,
sick.
Nick, you're dying.
Oh, really?
You're
Yeah,
dying.
it's
What's
fucking
going
cancer
on?
or something, and I'm like, we live in a society to where we view fat as healthy, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Just go
Yeah.
to the main cam and stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, oh, how are you a boxer and you're so skinny? Because I'm fighting other skinny dudes around my same size.
Yeah.
There's weight classes to this stuff. You know what I mean? But it don't make you feel good though either. Like
Yeah.
to be real.
You don't.
Yeah.
Make you
Like-
insecure of yourself.
Yeah, it make you insecure, and even somebody like me, like I've always been, pretty successful in what I did. I was pretty good at the music and boxing and stuff. It even make me look in the mirror and be like, damn, am I too skinny? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then people that are overweight are commenting on how skinny you are. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Damn.
Like,
Yeah.
are you serious right
I mean,
now?
I can see that though, cause you judge somebody off of what you see on the surface, and you don't know the
Yeah.
circumstances behind it. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? People don't know at first glance that you boxing and you
Yeah.
training to be a certain weight class and
Right.
stuff like that. And people just trying to figure out what the fuck going on, and
You
like,
kind of do look like a drug addict. Walking around.
or like, because all that stuff is like circumstantial. Because when like not just saying you look like fucking you sick or nothing like that, but you said some people like say you sick or something shit like that. You remember like when Chadwick Boseman was like getting like progressively more skinny.
Yeah.
And nobody really said anything about it. They just thought he was like getting skinny for maybe a role or something like that. And like some people were like ridiculing him online because of it and stuff. Because he posted that one video and he was like really skinny.
Yeah. That shit made me sad.
Yeah, but I remember seeing that shit and not even like registering that he might be sick. I just thought he playing a really skinny dude in a movie or something like that next probably.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, he dead, you know.
Yeah,
and then in retrospect, people went back and was like, damn, I never really considered that he was sick, because he was still doing movies and all type of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But if you're fat, you should lose weight, though, in my opinion.
I thank you.
For your health, you know.
In my eyes. I'm just kidding.
I know some people have like thyroid issues and stuff like that. And it's always next to impossible. It's always exceptions, but the exceptions aren't the rule. Like if you're able and capable, like don't be content in like just being fat. Like you get one life and one body.
I just think there's too many people content being lazy. Like this, I saw this little clip on the internet from Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was basically saying, like when he was coming up, he was explaining like what every hour of every day was used for, and he only had 4 hours of sleep. And every hour after that, he was actively working on his goals. Whether it was in the gym lifting weights, working on movie scripts, or whatever the fuck he was doing. It was like, it just goes to show you that most of us are very happy being lazy as fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
Sitting down watching our Netflix, sitting down watching our TV series. I mean, how many hours a day do people do that? You could take 1 hour a day and exercise, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you'd be healthy, and I promise you'd be happier.
Yeah, exercising does make you feel better, especially if you're doing like in the morning. It make you feel better for the rest of the day and shit. But it's just getting into that
for sure.
routine. That's what I'm fighting with right now with myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't worked out in a long time. And every day I be like, tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to do some shit. And then I get up and smoke a joint or some shit.
There's a book.
But you just have to go there. Like, because when you're in the gym, you're going to do something. And whatever you're doing, it's going to be better than doing nothing.
I don't like going to the gym, though. Another one of the topics I wanted to talk about is a thing that people kind of talking about online is, y'all know the World Cup is coming up. Y'all watch soccer?
I don't know nothing about the World Cup.
I love World Cup, like the time of World Cup.
Yeah, I can watch
all the countries.
Yeah, I can watch soccer when the World Cup is going on.
Yeah.
But I can't really tune into soccer all the time and like watch these long games and like it takes so long for somebody to score.
Yeah.
And until then, it's just people kicking the ball back and forth and stuff. It's like, what the fuck are we even watching? That's why people go so crazy when somebody finally scores, because they like, finally, go! You like soccer?
I used to play soccer.
Oh, yeah? Oh, no offense to what I just said, but...
No, I don't watch it anymore either. Because I'm just like, I don't play anymore, so I'm not
Never
really...
watched it.
Yeah.
But like, I think watching like basketball and stuff, because it's so much quicker, it's so much more fun, because so much is happening like in a short span of time. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But how long... Was you like good when you played?
Yeah, I was like super fast. Now I'm slow as fuck. But back then I was like now I walk up the stairs, I'm like, God damn it. But like back then it would just...
What position did you play? Like a specific position?
Yeah, I don't know what they're called in English though.
Midfield.
Probably
Midfield.
First I was midfield, and then I was striker.
Du kannst Deutschland.
Striker. Yeah,
Striker.
Stürmer. Woo!
Hell yeah.
And you played outside of school because they don't have like soccer teams on schools in Germany and stuff.
That's
like
a difference of American culture and German culture, right?
Yeah, they don't have like teams attached to school, like sports teams in schools and stuff.
It's so much better in the States though. Because it brings everyone together.
Yeah, it brings everybody together. The
camaraderie.
Yeah,
for sure. But I don't know. I can't really get into soccer like that. But the thing about the Qatar, because the World Cup this year is going to be in Qatar.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even know where the fuck Qatar was before
Dubai?
I heard it was. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But now I know.
I was guessing. I was 100%
Middle Eastern country, and they, they got their rules and shit.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna. I heard they're gonna relax some of them.
Like what rules are they talking about?
So like dress standards for
that like the modesty, like when like women have to like they can't be like scantily clad and like showing.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Cause you was just talking about how you like to dress and look in the mirror like, oh girl. You can't do that in Dubai. You got to cover your shoulders and your knees.
Dang.
Just the shoulders and knees. That's easy.
Well, everything has to be like.
Type shit, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they mean everything else too.
Wearing some football shoulder pads and some knee
Yeah,
pads.
I'm
exactly.
sure they would be cool with that. But you know, some chicks like to go to these soccer games and like have their boobs out, you know, in their bikini tops and like flash and all. Like they get wild at these soccer games and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
And another rule they got is like, because they put out this poster that had all the rules on it and stuff, and it was like modesty, like you can't be half naked, no profanity, no loud noises and shit.
It's gonna be hard for England.
It's gonna be hard for every fan that goes all that way.
Bro.
You know, homosexuality is like illegal
oh yeah,
there.
very illegal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
And the American team like changed the American flag on their jerseys to the pride flag because of that.
What?
Like it's not the United States of the
Because
gays.
of that?
No, but good.
What
No, I'm happy that they did that though. That they, if they really changed their uniform to pride to combat that, then good. Because homosexuality, in my opinion, I don't believe that there's anything wrong with homosexuality.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but you have to admit it's not the norm in society, and you can't go to another country and impose your country's morality on
That's
them.
true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Who are you to go to somebody's? You think you finna come in my house and tell me how to like the rules, and you think you finna go to my refrigerator and not ask me for some water or some juice or some shit like that? Hell no, you in my house, you in my space. What I say, you know, basically goes.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't finna do nothing crazy to nobody.
Yeah,
But, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? You can't. Because it's like boycotts about it right now, mostly because of the homosexuality part, and people are mad and saying Qatar needs to change and stuff like that. And maybe they do, but
They need to change.
yeah, because like women have less rights over there and stuff too. What's another thing?
I think you're not allowed to kiss in public, right?
Yeah, it's no
no
public displays
fornication.
of
Fornication.
fornication.
Maybe not.
I mean, you can't fuck in public nowhere, I think.
Affection's what I was trying to say.
No public displays of affection, like no kissing, no holding hands, and that's
No
for straight.
holding hands.
No public displays
But
of
the
affection.
guys hold hands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
do?
The
Yeah.
soccer team, right? Are
No,
they
like-
holding
like-
hands?
No, but like the guys are very affectionate between each other. And
Yeah.
In
both
Qatar?
countries.
Kisses on the cheeks.
No, in Middle Eastern
Middle
in
Eastern
general.
countries in
Really?
Very,
Don't
like,
they kiss
hands
each
around
other's
each
hands
other.
and stuff?
Like Allah, like all that.
What
like,
you
they're
say?
Very friendly.
Don't they like also like kiss each other's hands?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know when they
Like the brothers will kiss each other's
Yeah.
hands.
Really?
And like meetings, yes.
And
yeah.
I think when you meet like the parents of, I don't know, like the guy or the girl, whoever you're getting married to, I think you have to kiss the parents' hands, right?
I have no idea.
think
I'm not
so.
Middle
I'm pretty sure
Eastern.
yes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's no like sexual or affectionate
No.
connotation
No,
between.
nothing with that.
It's probably like a really deep cultural thing that
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
It's like a greeting or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But they like real modest, you know. They don't want to see nobody kissing, even if you straight,
Yeah.
you know.
But back to like the gay topic, like I definitely think it's sad that that rule exists because it's like if you're gay, you're gay. Like you're gonna go to a country and tell people like whatever you're doing, like it's not okay, like because you're gay. Like I mean, I know that you have like a strong
their-
opinion about it.
I mean,
but,
I
like,
don't hate gay people or
No, I'm
nothing
not trying
like
to
that.
say that, and I get what you're saying. That you know, you like if you're coming to my house, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But like, why does it have to be a rule? Like, let people just like be themselves, right? Because that's when you're the happiest. When you can be yourself. So
Because-
you're telling me that I'm not allowed to be happy?
No,
Not
that
you're
ain't
not
nobody.
talking
I'm not.
about,
I
you
don't
know?
think that's what nobody's saying. It's just certain people.
That's
You know,
how
they
I
have
see
their
it, though.
cultures and they have their traditions, and they feel like, you know, certain people feel like, you know, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
It's a very sensitive subject.
Very sensitive subject.
Very sensitive.
In
feel
America, everybody is not as progressive on the topic as America.
Yeah.
Like they be trying to impose like African nations to consider like homosexuality to not be outlawed and stuff like that, you know. But I saw a news program with like the president of some African part of Africa and shit, and the caster was asking him like, why don't y'all consider like gay rights in your country and stuff? And he was like, where I'm from, like our people, they got so many other problems. They not worried. We ain't got to the point in society to have these first world problems of like homosexuality and stuff. He was like, we got too many people dying of starvation and all type of stuff, and we got so many other issues to worry about before we worry about like gay rights and stuff.
Because of the culture, I feel like there's the percentage is a lot less of them that might be homosexual, right?
I would disagree with that.
Sure
in Africa or in Qatar?
Like Africa, Qatar, and the places where you say that it's outlawed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They might just be still like that and be underground and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
No matter what, like, I feel as if this topic is so stupid and small of a topic that it shouldn't matter if you're gay, straight, whatever, because of how simple and dumb it kind of is to even talk about, like, you're straight? What?
Yeah, that's like who the fuck cares, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so that's why I feel like nobody should really give a fuck. But because we're still
but nobody should give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't give a fuck who any of you sleep with. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't even come up in conversation. But when you start championing a thing and celebrating it, and the whole act of like coming out,
like those
and
super gay guys,
and you're like inviting all this attention into your sex life, of course people are gonna scrutinize and judge it because that's not what they used to. Same thing with the whole trans movement now and everything. Like, they making it such a big deal.
What is a woman?
Yeah, the What is a Woman documentary. Like, they doing drag queen shows at schools and they cutting little girls' boobs off and stopping puberty.
Yeah.
Putting puberty blockers in kids.
And what they're teaching in fucking schools right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's that's the thing, like, I think people in countries like Qatar are scared of the slippery slope of where it could end up going, and they want to like keep their traditions, and they feel how they feel. And
but it's like, I do get the whole tradition thing and stuff, but you are basically telling people that something's wrong with them. So like, I'm trying to put myself like in their shoes, and like, me waking up every morning and having in my head that something's wrong with me, because that's basically how most people think, that must be a shitty ass way to live.
It must be.
Yeah. And so I feel like, that's why it just shouldn't be a topic, because like, I don't believe you just wake up one morning, oh, I'm going to be gay and have everybody just hate me. Like, it's because you're gay. That's your sexuality.
I have to push back on that too. I don't believe... And I'm gonna speak my mind. I don't know if I'm gonna put this whole thing online, but I'm gonna speak my mind on this. I don't believe that people are born with a sexual preference.
I do.
Like, I have a newborn daughter. She is not remotely thinking about who she's gonna sleep with when she's of age to have sex, not. And that is of no consequence in her brain. It is all. People are the sum and total of their experiences and the choices they make when navigating things that they're like exposed to throughout their life.
I do
you don't have an original bone or thought in your body, and neither do I. Most people don't.
I do think that when you are gay, that there is like an innate feeling of homosexuality within you.
I don't think so. I think something happened.
It doesn't come from like your Uncle
every
Steve.
single time something
It can come from your Uncle Steve.
It can.
Fucking around with your butt and shit.
Yeah.
Uncle Steve can make
it. But wait, that's because that's what was, taught to you as being sexuality. So you think that that's normal. You think that that's, being sexual, that's having sex. But that doesn't mean that you're actually, because sexuality is something that doesn't develop when you're little. It develops in puberty.
Yeah.
So, but that's like with everyone, right? So that's when you realize who you're attracted to. But that is within yourself. It just hasn't developed yet.
I think it
That's
could be
how I
genetics
see
too
it.
as well.
It's not within yourself. It's all what you see. Like, even like the foods you like today, right?
Sorry.
The things that, even like the things that, the smells that you think smell good, that's all tied back to your childhood and a memory from a smell, like that, a happy memory when you was smelling some shit, or like it's the food, like you develop a palate for food because your mom used to cook food a certain way, or the things you used to eat when you grew up, or just any like experience are so tied into your being and who you are, you know.
I definitely agree on that. But like I have gay family members and like they
would probably tell you that, no, I've always been like this, but
they
you
did not grow up in like in
and like super gay childhood.
Yeah,
right?
they did not at all.
Super gay childhood.
Like they weren't allowed to wear
know
like
what that
fairy
like.
costumes.
They didn't
or,
have to
like,
grow up, and their parents wasn't with them every second of every day, and wasn't reading their mind, and probably can't even comprehend how they interpreted certain things. Like, I think even heterosexual people I think sexuality in general is taught, and most people are taught to be heterosexual. You know, like I had to learn.
Grew up and stuff.
Yeah, I had to learn. Like it was. I was at a certain age. I never thought about sex until after I got to a certain age, and like my first introduction to sex was like seeing a porn.
Yeah.
And seeing somebody eat somebody butt on a porn. I'm sorry for your son being here. Seeing a porn and seeing some crazy stuff going on in the porn and didn't even understand it. And I'm like, what are these people doing to each other?
Yeah.
What are all these juices and stuff? And it kind of like ruined me as a youth, because I got all these images in my head and I'm trying to work them out.
Yeah.
And who knows, if I would have seen a gay porn and that was my first introduction to porn, that would have like skewed me away from the norm of like sexuality and stuff, you know. But and I say the norm because it's like when you really boil it down to sex, you know. I know it's a whole new age like sexual movement and like people feel empowered because of who they fucking and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But like when you really boil it down, like a penis fits inside a vagina.
Yes.
They were made for each other, and you can have babies that way. Sex is for making babies. We have like soul sex and made it into this whole empowering thing.
Yeah.
But on a religious tip, or just on a by design tip, like men were made to have sex with women to procreate, you know what I'm saying? And you can
do whatever.
You
with
can
that,
take
what you
that
want.
and remix it and do all kind of other things and put stuff up butts and all type of stuff. You can take an apple, right? What you supposed to do with an apple? You're supposed to eat it for the end all be all is to get the nutrients from the apple.
Right.
You can also cut that apple and stick it up your butt, or stick it in your ear, or stick it in your. You can do whatever you want to do with that apple.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
if you want to get them nutrients, though, you're gonna eat it like God intended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can remix what.
Free will.
Yeah, you might absorb it through your butt.
Maybe a little
quicker.
bit.
But y'all get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, no, I do.
Everybody know what the natural order of shit is, but you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I just draw the line at the kids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Like I do agree that it's too much, you know, telling little kids, because you know you're going to be influenced, you know, especially when you're little. So like teaching all that transgender stuff in school is a little too much, but you should also, you know, still talk about it, you know, a little bit, just so that kids that do feel like
everything
that
should be discussed.
I think like in a sex ed class would be the perfect place for it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
when you're going through puberty, not any earlier than that probably.
Nah,
but I'm not
when
an
do you think
expert either.
sex
I'm
should
just-
be discussed?
I'm not sure.
What-
But both of you guys are fathers.
Like 12.
So 12? Nah, but you're
I
thinking.
hadn't really even.
I remember
contemplated
first grade, we was talking about, I saw my parents having sex.
it.
Yeah, in first grade, I was 6 years old.
I heard it. I never saw it.
Yeah,
Thank God.
yeah. I was like, Tiffany, guess what? And I was talking about it. You know, I was. Guess what I found out? You know, like it was an open discussion type shit.
Yeah.
At 6 years old, it's already
Open discussion.
open.
Yeah,
Like,
but you
But that's because you saw your parents having sex,
I
though.
know, but like literally, there are a whole bunch of kids that have that his age that I've talked to that are now my age,
Mm-hmm.
and because they're just discovered, they don't even really know what they're doing. It's
Yeah,
not
nobody does.
I
Yeah.
actually have a funny story because like I work at the nursery school and there's like a kindergarten and everything. So there's a little girl. She was brought by her mom, to the kindergarten. It was like 8 in the morning, and there's like a bunch of parents, bringing their kids to school.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're taking off the jacket, blah blah blah. She brings her to the group, and she wants to give her daughter a kiss, and she's like, "Ugh, I don't want to kiss you. You had daddy's dick in your mouth last night." And she said it in like all the parents.
You witnessed this?
No, I like my coworkers.
Oh, damn.
Like
Jesus
all
Christ.
of us know. Like all the parents know. We know.
My Lord.
Yeah. And she said it like super loud.
Yeah,
I was like, I would never pick up my kid ever again. Or I'd be like, yep, I'm still sucking dick. But like, you guys are not.
I'd be like, bitch. Nah, I wouldn't do that to my child. But
Yeah, you would.
See, and that kid exposed to all kind of things at an early age.
And she was
Damn.
like 5 or
God.
yeah. she was
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, I bet they a really happy relationship.
Lucky man,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, actually, you shouldn't be ashamed, but it is still kind
But how's that little kid gonna grow up?
Nah, for
She
real.
gonna be the little slut in school,
I know. I'm scared.
sucking
I'm
pain and shit.
I'm very scared to have kids of that. You guys are very brave.
Just like her mama.
we get like so many insights. It's like super interesting. It's like Gossip Girl. Like you're sitting there and like all the kids are like, oh, like guess what my daddy did last night?
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah,
Yes,
like, we know
yes,
so
yeah.
much, and every time like the parents come and we're like,
Oh, damn.
I gotta tell my wife we gotta stop talking about certain things around my kid.
Because they hear
Yep.
everything, they see everything, and all the questions. You know how many questions his son asked? So smart too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son ain't got there yet.
Shout
but-
out to Stormbreaker Jay.
Hey,
but
Jaden,
it's like
Jaden.
it is actually like really normal for kids to be like curious, because like I remember when I started working in kindergarten, there was a little girl. So okay, wait. I was like in my group and like all the kids are gone and I'm like, what the fuck? Where did they go? So I walk in the bathroom and it's like both groups like of the kids, like each like 25 kids a group. They went in the bathroom. So I opened the door and they built like a circle and there's a girl in the middle like she like showed her butthole. She showed like all the other kids. She just like
Boys and girls?
yeah, and they're
How old
like,
are these?
they're like, oh,
How old are these
like
kids?
between 3 and 5.
And one of them showing her butthole to everybody.
Yeah, the girl, she's like, ha ha ha, look at, like, yeah.
Bro, I'm going in there and slapping
No,
everybody.
Oh
but
my
at that point, she's literally just there's nothing sexual.
Yeah, it's
No,
nothing sexual about it.
It's
Yeah.
just
like, look at this
curiosity.
hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
they're
didn't
all
know I
like,
had-
wow.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know that was there. That's where the poop comes.
I can picture this in my mind and I feel bad. Can we?
Yeah. And I had to act like it was the most normal thing. I'm like, okay, pull up your pants. Let's go back, like,
Whoa.
outside.
But
Yeah.
it is kind of normal for kids to be naked at that age,
Yeah.
though. My
Yeah.
son run
Show
around
and
naked
tell.
all the time, and
Yeah.
company
Yeah, he was
come
naked
over.
here one
Yeah, he
time.
came down here naked one time.
At what point does that stop being okay?
But I actually have a good question for you.
What's that?
So, do you think pedophiles, okay, this is like,
Okay, you went way left on this one.
We're in deep now.
I know, I'm sorry, but do you think they choose to be pedophile, or do you think that something happened to them, as a kid, they've been like molested or whatever?
I think
I
it
think
could be
something.
both.
It could,
It could be both.
It can be
maybe
both.
it could
Yeah.
be both.
Definitely child molesters that have never been molested themselves, probably, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking
Because
scared.
Weird.
that's their sexuality, though. So that's why I feel
Is it
like
really
you
a sexuality,
can't choose
though?
It is. Can you, like, I don't want him to hear this, but, people have sex with animals.
Yeah.
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 Bestiality.
Yeah,
Bestiality.
yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
So, I don't think you choose to be that fucked up. You are that fucked up. And it's not like you saw your parents fucking a chicken.
Yeah, but I
Didn't
think
have to
at
be
that
like
you were a
point,
kid.
it doesn't matter if you choose it or not because you're just fucked up, right?
But
Yeah,
but
it's like,
I think it's what you allow to become acceptable. Because I think everybody looks at everything and decides for themselves whether or not it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like every guy looks at like a piece of pie, looks at some chicken, and is like, nah,
what?
I think I know what you're trying to.
No, you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
I think pedophiles are made. I don't think nobody is born
Yeah,
a
yeah.
pedophile. I
But
think
there's
it's,
actually a study that says that there's something wrong in their brain. Like when you look at their brain and how it's built, it's not built the way a normal brain with normal sexuality is built. You can actually look that up because I'm like really interested in that because I think it's just crazy. For
I mean, maybe I don't know fucking everything, but I think a lot. I would say a majority of them, something happened to them.
But
maybe
it's
they
more about
were molested
power.
or something.
I think it's because there's a lot of people that molest children and they're not pedophiles. It's just that really. Yeah,
Huh? What'd you just say?
Yeah, because
they're not pedophiles.
No, it's not that they're in. It's the power. It's because they have a little child that they can control. It's about control and about power.
That ain't power though.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but in their head.
In their head it is. And you can, it doesn't make them pedophile. It's simply about the power and the control. Look it up, people
that do
but
that
why do they want the power and control though? Because of some shit that happened to them and they felt powerless.
Yeah.
And now they want all the power over somebody else, and it manifested itself in their sexuality and shit. Like all that shit go real deep into like people's psyche and shit. And like the smallest thing could happen to you as a kid and send you down the fucking wrong path in life and stuff. And
really
it could
agree
end
with
up.
that,
You could come out on the other end some nasty ass pedophile if you don't watch yourself and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Sorry, so let's just change the topic.
Yeah, that's enough pedophile talk.
That's enough.
But the last topic I wanted to talk about.
And you think like a kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think you need to wait until a certain age and just maturity.
I hate myself today. I judge myself so heavily. I wish I could go back
and do it.
Hell yeah. I wish I would. If there was time travel, I would have went up the stairwell and smacked myself. Be like, get your ass back in there.
Get back in there.
I'll tell you what though, your first experience was better than my almost first experience.
What happened?
Since we telling stories.
Hell yeah.
So we met these girls. I was in 6th grade, right? I told my son this story before. We was in 6th grade and the girls was in 8th grade, right? So we thought we was like, big pimping. So we was like, the chick was like, yeah, my dad's going out of town for the weekend. Why don't you guys come? It was me and my friend Steve. Steve already had his girl. There was 2 other girls for me to kind of.
How old are you in 6th grade?
12?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so we there, right? And he's in the room with his girl, and I'm in a bedroom with these 2 other girls. I'm being shy. I'm like, they on the bed over here. I'm sitting on the couch like all by myself like this, being quiet. And they were like, yeah, why don't you come over here? They're like trying to like open me up a little bit. And I'm like, okay. I come over there. I sit by them. And they're like, why don't you lay down right between us, right? I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, this shit is about to go down.
Yo.
Right? So I'm laying on the bed and they're like, so you wrestle, right? You box? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you got a 6-pack? I'm like all confident. Right? Like, yeah, I got a 6-pack, right? They're like, can we touch it? I'm like, hell yeah. I lift my shirt up, laying down, and I flex to, to harden that shit up. And it was like,
oh.
Yo, I let the biggest
did it on him
ever, bro.
Did it on him.
That went down south
It was
really
horrible.
quick.
It
I
was
guess
horrible.
that killed the mood from there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Needless to say, I didn't get none.
Put your shirt back down.
I did not get none that weekend.
I got a story. I don't know if I even want to tell this shit.
No, you have to.
Nah, you got to, man.
It was kind of my first. It wasn't really. You can't really count it as my first time, but you kind of can. But it was like the first time I like.
Put it in.
Pause. No, like.
What?
Like.
Oh yeah.
Skeeted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you can get the camera on me.
So. Anyway. So when I can't remember. I was pretty young, but we used to have these parties at the skating ring, and I went to the skating ring. But nobody would really skate. Everybody would just like be dancing on the dance floor. Everybody like at the school and stuff like that. And I was like, I hadn't like at this point I had like never danced with a girl. Never really like my parents kept me like really sheltered as a kid and like made me focus on my schoolwork and all type of shit like that. And I lived like way away in the country away from everybody. So yeah, this is my first like real party and I'm like first time I'm dancing with like a real pretty girl and shit. So I'm dancing with the chick, right? And she getting like
Damn, midway, damn.
Huh?
Damn. Nah.
Oh yeah. But
How
she
old were you though?
How old was I? I was like eighth grade or something like that. I can't remember. exactly how old I was, but whatever age you are then.
Like 14, probably.
Yeah, like 14, something like that. 13, 14, something like that.
Yeah.
So I go to dance with the girl, we dancing, and she like, I didn't know it back then, but she was like the community, like, the slut bucket. Everybody knew it but me.
Bucket, yeah.
So we dancing and she getting all extra freaky and stuff. And I ain't never been this close to a girl or danced,
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is how this goes, And then she started putting my hands in places like on her boobs and like down her pants and stuff, and she feeling all on me and stuff. And I'm like, this is dancing? I was like, I'm tingling all over the place and shit.
I love it.
But this is my honest experience,
Yeah.
And so we dancing and we all close and tight and everything being touched and stuff. And next thing I know, my legs get weak. And it happens.
Yeah.
You had a wet dream, pretty much.
I had a motherfucking wet dream, wide awake.
Dang.
Yeah.
And I almost lost all strength in my legs. Like I went like this. And because it was the first one, that shit went everywhere in my fucking pants. So I'm like, I ain't never even told this story. I don't know why I'm telling y'all this right now. But yeah, I had to go to the bathroom, get myself together and shit. And I was tired as hell after that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, and I didn't know what happened. Like I had never had the birds and the bees talk. Like I was really like,
You seem like you was kind of sheltered, bro.
I was really sheltered growing up and stuff. Like I like sex and like
maybe it did
girls
you good
and
though,
stuff.
because look at you now for real.
Yeah, I think it did me good. I could focus on other things and stuff like that. But like when it started happening, it really like burst out on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, what the fuck just happened? I didn't even know what happened. I was like, what just came out of me? Like
Yeah.
yeah. But on that note, we gonna wrap up the show. but that happened, and then after that I got more curious about sex. I still didn't do it until I was like 19.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have a story that you want to tell?
I'm good.
You good? Okay, we're gonna wrap it up with mine, but I appreciate y'all coming through, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro.
Best of luck on your fight coming up.
Thank you.
I'm pretty confident you gonna knock that motherfucker out. Don't be the motherfucker that, go to sleep like he was saying.
Yeah. Just wake up.
But yeah, man, anything y'all want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to shout out Brook City Boxing Gym, MAD Wiesbaden. I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, the Fantasy Bar and Bag Kreuznach and South Ink Tattoo from Landstuhl, Germany. Appreciate you guys, and hopefully we bring home this W.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so for me, just everybody get me on my socials, Instagram, JJDags54, and then just watch out, coming soon, Daygrin Day TV on YouTube and all platforms. Thank you.
Dope.
Well, thank you for having me once again. It was a lot of fun.
Always.
And I would love to be back sometime.
You will be. Shout out your TikTok and all that. She got the thirst traps for y'all.
Okay, now I won't shout out.
All right, man.
Tag me.
Thank you. I forgot to say thank you.
Oh, no problem, man. I hope y'all come back another time.
Hell yeah, anytime, bro.
I'd love to.
All right, this has been the Quote Goes Podcast. I go by the name of Tommy Guns. Do your likes and subscribes and everything else. Hit the bell icon, and we'll see y'all guys next time, man.
Out.
Peace.
Cheers.